Why hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ron Phoenix, and today we're gonna continue some more Easter investigations in Prosecutor's Gambit. The last time we have completed a Turnabout Forsaken. And now we will go to the final case of this game in this series, in this collection 2, Turnabout for the Ages. Let's go. What an introduction. So, y'all went this for the Great Miles Edgeworth, huh? Wait, you are serious about not being a prosecutor no more, ain't you? Yes, I am. No longer a prosecutor. It's hard to believe, and yet I can't stop thinking about what Mr. the Killer said. Me neither. Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't really say it's been moving to resolve, can you? This isn't over. We still don't know who this mysterious figure in the red raincoat in Gordon Lake was. Or who really wrote that letter. We've been dancing in somebody else's tune this whole time, but whose? Still kinda go, huh? You're like a dog with a dang bone. Both of y'all are. Well, I got me some reporting to do, so I'll catch you some other time, I guess. Wow, you got a new story to chase already? You're trying to pay nicely, girl? You bet I got new stories, more than you shake a stick at. Your report has only got 3 or 4 leads bubbling away in an old scoop pot. Somebody help! Whoa, what now? But please, you have to help me! Huh? Do I know her? What's the matter? Has something happened? There's a body! It looks almost like a monster might have... A monster? I'll be. Anyone smells the sweet, sweet smell of scoop soup? This way, hurry! That run. What happened now? What indeed? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Huh? This looks like... Yup, footprints. Here's photo go. Footprints? But how big would a creature have to be to leave prints like that? It's Edgeworth, look! Long way. What's he doing here? Wait, the guy on the floor, that's... No. Tishun Wang, the president of Xingfa. Hey, Shalane. Mr. Prosecutor, how did you get here so quick? What is going on here? Huh? You don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself? I can't blame him for being on edge, I suppose. The leader of his country is dead. Speaking of which... The body is lying inside one of the footprints. What on earth happened to him? Monster! Monster? What the heck are you trying to say, huh? That right there is monster, mister. A big old bad Tarosaurus that stomped right through here. Ain't he sure of nothing? Taru what? And I suppose you mean you are sure? It's right here. Scoop it all the scoops and bury them 10 feet deep. Man, traveled by tramp monster. They'll leave with that in every paper getting all lulu. Ridiculous. There's no such thing as monsters. Wait. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Tishun Wang. Your efforts on behalf of the fall have not gone unnoticed. You avert something of a crisis. You're the assassin you were looking for? In a sense, yes. It seems someone didn't indeed hire me to carry out a contract. And the contract didn't indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wang. Did he finally manage to? You! Did you discover the body? Yes, that's, What are you doing, Agent Lang? Lang Z says, begin at the beginning, with the first person to arrive at the scene. Well, did you really just discover the body? Yes, yes. Hey, go easy on her, can't you see she's scared? I don't think he's in the mood to go easy on anybody. Pah, no one's getting it easy today. Do you have any idea who is lying dead over there? That's President Wang, leader of Zhengfa! Hold it! Please, Agent Lang, you don't seem your usual self, in more ways than one, in fact. When we first met, you had more underlings than I could count, and you were known as your unrivaled arrest rate and your cool-headed under pressure. Now the underlings are gone, and you're forgotten your fundamentals of police work. What happened? What did you just say? Shouldn't you be looking over the scene instead of accusing the first person you run into? Or is it me who's forgotten the fundamentals? Gah! I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. I was about to get started. Good. That seems to have calmed him down a little. You should take a look around too, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, I think we should. At least until the police arrive. I'm not strictly supposed to conduct investigations anymore. Ain't nobody needs to do no looking around. I know y'all who did this. It was Tarasaurus, or my name's Lazy Lot of Heart. Wait. Not who did this. What did it? Yeah, that. Are you quite finished? We have an investigation to get on with. Step aside, please. Get on me around all over you. Step out of my dang way, that's more like it. I ain't messing with you, no scoop my hunt. There the heck to pay and some. Excuse me. The woman we found the body. Where do I know from? You're Mr. Edgeworth, right? Do you remember me? Oh, yes, of course. We met on the case. No way, you two know each other? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. From somewhere. Great to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Wow, I never knew you had your own adorable little assistant. I'm Penny Nichols. I work over at Global Studios. I'm in charge of props. It's nice to meet you. Oh, of course. One of my old cases involved a murder on the set of the Steel Samurai TV show. She was a member of the crew and thus a person of interest. Our paths must have crossed several times while it was all going on. And yet I'd completely forgotten her. It's good to see you again. So if you're here, I guess that means... That's right, you're here on location filming for Global Studios. It's kind of a big feature, to tell you the truth. I was first in today, wanted to make an early start. But then I noticed something was wrong. The footprints and... the body. We'll take a closer look at the body in just a moment. In the meantime, can I ask you to notify the police? Yes, of course, right away. I'll need to speak to her at length a little later. But first, let's go over the scene. There's plenty to look at besides the body. I need to examine everything in detail. Miss Nichols, where does this exit lead? That? Oh, onto the grounds of the big building. Yet another case with direct ties to the same building. The building with a hidden 54th floor used to store the lots of illegitimate auctions. I guess it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it turned out to be a hiding yet more secrets. Huh? Look at the chain and padlock. Oh, look at that! Somebody got the chain! They did? I'm sure it was still intact when I left yesterday. I say it's possible that this is where the killer entered from. What's the matter now? Look at that huge dent. How did I get there? You're right. That is a big dent. That would have taken a sizable object to make it. And a heavy one, too. That wasn't like that yesterday, either. It wasn't? Guess that means the dent must have been made last night at some point. I think we should examine again because there's a secret here. So the grounds of this big building might be on this gate. So look at it from here, you think it was just an ordinary building, huh? And there's no one really special around to speak of either. What do you mean? It's Phoenix right over there in Maya. Well, no one from our current vantage point at any rate. Anyway, we don't have time to ponder such things. We need to investigate this entire lot. Yep, right over there. We have down to one miscellaneous, and then that should be it for the trophies. So, Mr. Prosecutor, we meet again. Yes, we saw you at the business center the other day, too. You have some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lane? You could say that. Nothing that needs to concern you, though. Yeah, you really have a habit of showing up at the wrong place at the wrong time. You're a bad penny, a bad omen, and a bad smell all rolled into one. Just stay out of my way, okay? I got a president to avenge. Damn, this name is also melodramatic too. You were already at the scene when we got here. Why? What were you doing in the area? What am I, a suspect? You might be. Look, I heard a scream and I came running, okay? Guess it was our friend from the crew. Came from that gate over there. Somebody already got rid of the lock for me. Not completely, I can still see it on the floor there. First I should take a closer look. When I got here, I saw a movie girl running out of the other gate. In other words, he arrived right around the same time we did. So you had business here in the big building? Something like that. A date with destiny, let's call it. He was similarly enactment when we saw him in the detention center. Let me get here, a huge creature fans. So you can't see the film in the Tower Swords movie? Creatures features? What do you think I am? Not the type of person who thinks a creature might have done this, I hope. I'm sorry about the president. You have my deepest condolences. Thanks. He was a great man. Zingpub will be lost without him. You and he were close, right? It all started when he hired my father. That was our big break. Our family kept him safe. That was our most important duty and our most sacred. He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with the new ones just for him. In the end, there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride, our family jewels. Never thought he'll be unsealing that will so soon. Wow, it sounds like your family and the president were super close. Oh wait, that whole thing happened back in the lake. You weren't with the president then, right? Look, a lot happened, okay? That was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family's been the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It's like he's become a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. I wonder what happened 12 years ago. But regardless of what happened, I still respect him. Zingfa may not be a big country, but he held that place together. Damn it! What was the security detail thinking? I imagine you already contacted the embassy? Of course I have, and the government, and my family. They'll be going crazy right now thinking about what needs to happen with that will. And things will be getting crazy here soon too. Those bodyguards will be all over the place. And if you're not a fan of trouble, I'd leave before they get here. Look, Mr. Prosecutor, these days I'm a one-man outfit, a lone wolf. They won't be letting me lead this investigation. But I still got fangs, and I can still bite back. I'll find whoever did this, and I won't let you or anyone else get in the way. I'm sorry I got a little upset before. You were working here alone? That's right. I came before everyone else so I could get everything ready. But as soon as I walked through the gate, I saw the footprints. Monster prints being first thing in the morning. That must have been a real shock. It was. They weren't there when I left yesterday evening, I'm sure of it. So the footprints may have appeared late last night. At first glance, I thought maybe they were part of the set. But then I got closer and I saw somebody was laying in the middle of one of them. You didn't notice until you were right up close? Yeah, my eyesight just seems to be getting worse and worse lately. I think I need new glasses. I didn't notice it was a body until I was right at it, which is why I was so shocked and ran away. That must be when we bump into her. So you're shooting a movie? It wouldn't happen to be a Steel Samurai movie, would it? Nope. Oh. This one's a creature feature. You know, a Taru Sword movies, right? I'm afraid not. You have to forget Mr. Edgeworth. He only cares about the Steel Samurai. That's not... Hey, that's alright. Not everyone's a fan, but they soon will be. He's back after 12 years of silence. The big bad bull himself, Tarusaurus. It's the first Tarusaurus movie in a long time, so the crew's super excited about it. And parts of it are set here in the big building, so we've been shooting on location. That explains what we saw yesterday. What's happening here? What's going on with the building? So stay calm, talk to me, kid. Cut! 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 I'm so sorry, we're shooting a movie. Could you, That must be what they were filming. So does Tarusaurus match the big building into pieces in the movie? I bet it does, right? Wouldn't you like to know? But you just have to wait to find out in the theater. Here, you can have this if you like. Oh, thank you. An epic rivalry is born. Tarusaurus versus Gordy. Gordy? Huh. That's right. It's not just Tarusaurus in his own this time around. He has an arch nemesis. You know Gordy, right? The monster from Gord Lake? Oh yeah, wasn't everyone talking about it a couple of years back? The mysterious creature in the lake, it showed up in that couple's photo. Not only were people talking about it, it played a major part in one of my cases. What a name I'm too wild about hearing again. The director is fascinated by the stories, which is how Gordy wound up in a movie. A little behind the times, but better late than never, I suppose. Just wait till you see those two legends tearing into each other on the big screen. I think we need to learn a little more about the security situation here on set. Miss Nichols, is the set kept locked overnight? Yeah! We use one of these. Combination lock, huh? So anyone who knows the code can get in and out. And was the lock in place when you arrived this morning? Yup, everything was locked up tight when I got here. Who knows the combination? Oh, the producer, the director, the crew, the actor. Basically everyone who's working on the movie. So any member of the cast and crew could have opened the lock and entered. This thing in front of the trailer here, that looks like a monster costume. What? That's a costume? You sure the creature is made a huge whipper that didn't just shrink or something? Perhaps it didn't make myself clear. This thing in front of the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume. A costume! Hey, these are the plastic sheets you can put down when you have a picnic. They're plastic sheets, that much is true. I don't think that's what they're used for. Want me to explain, Mr. Edgeworth? Those are waterproof sheets. We use them to protect the camera when it's up in the crane. If it starts raining while we're shooting, we can just cover it up and keep going. I see, so they must be pretty big, right? Well yeah, they have to be able to cover the whole rig. Wouldn't be much point using it otherwise. The weather's just pretty patchy yesterday, so we wound up using them quite a bit. Combination lock on the gate leading to the plaza attack when Miss Nichols arrived. But the lock on the gate leading to the side of the big building had been cut. What does this tell us? Easy! That the killer used the side gate! Precisely. And it tells us something else important too. Namely that our culprit didn't know the number of the combination lock. You're right! It would have been way easier to come in that way if they did. But instead they chose the classic beach road, a lesser known side entrance. This is no run-in-the-mill criminal, Mr. Edgeworth. We need to keep our wits about us. I'm not sure we should be excited at the fact, Kay. Anyway, we know that everyone working on the movie knew the combination. Which makes it likely that our culprit wasn't a member of the cast or crew. It really is him, huh? Certainly appears to be. Same man we only met a few days ago. So this time the president really did get assassinated. If that's what happened, the assassin surely chose to grabbing method. no obvious wounds, but he's definitely not breathing. So I really was a monster? Trampled by a giant creature? Impossible. Huh? There's something stuck in the front of his clothes there. Yes, freckles of a yellow substance. I bet that's monster drool. Yeah, that must be it. Please, kid, can you at least try to be sensible? I need friends to tell us what it might be. Alright, that looks to be pretty much everything the body can tell us for now. I better note it all down. Huh? What's this white thing here? Wait, it's a bone! Does that mean 2 murders? It looks more like a horn than a bone to me. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might tell us whose horn it might be? Eureka! This could be one of Taurosaur's horns, couldn't it? You're right, it totally would. And maybe it's part of the problem for a movie? If it is, it must be something pretty big, judging by the size. What's it doing on the ground here? We should ask one of the crew. Maybe they'll know. This horn. Do you recognize it? Huh? Oh, that's part of the. Oh, that's part of one of Taurosaur's horns. It's from the model we used to promote promotional stuff. Where did you find it? On the ground near the side entries. That's weird. We kicked the replica Taurosaur's head out of the roof of the trailer over there. And that's quite large, didn't you? Oh yeah, well, not as big as a real thing, obviously, but it's pretty big. It's just up there, see it? Right there. It really is big. There's a bunch of really cool stuff around here, huh? I guess there is. It's all making the movie, the monsters, the costumes, the equipment, everything. Treasure especially. I'm in heaven in here. Some of the equipment could be related to the murder too. Better look all over it carefully. Both the dent on the fence and the broken horn weren't there yesterday according to our witness. Which leads me to wonder. Wait, you think that giant Taurosaur's head could have... I do. I think it could have been rolled off to the trailer roof and then on the lot below. It seems more than possible, and it also means... There's no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. Oh yeah, there isn't. And this is only a possibility. But if the Taurosaurus has someone fall up to the roof there, yeah, that could kill somebody for sure. Miss Nichols, would you mind if you take a look up at the roof of the trailer? You wanna go out there? Sure, I don't see why not. Knock yourselves out. Oh, but don't do that laterally, and steps can be kind of slippery. Alright, I'm done here. I found out what I need to know for now. And what might that be, I wonder? Hmm? Move, old man. What did you just say to me? You need to learn the manners, kid. No, you need to learn when you're in the way. Quit whining and get out of here. What the? I'm so sorry about him. Sean, apologize to the nice man. Come on, Sean, you know you can't speak to people like that. Whatever. Who the heck was he? A policeman, that's who. Why would you antagonize him like that? I thought there was going to be trouble for a second there. I don't think I've ever seen anyone stand up to Agent Lane like that. Oh, let me introduce you all. Everyone, this is Sean Fenn. He's the star of the movie we're making. The star? This little boy? Hi there, I'm Kay Faraday. It's great to meet you. Sean, this is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor. A prosecutor? That's right, and a pretty famous one at that. If he's a prosecutor, where's his badge? He sure doesn't pull any punches. You might not want to get too close, Sean. He's right. There's no sight for a child. But he's involved in all this nonetheless. I need to speak to him. It was Sean, wasn't it? Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Are you really a prosecutor? You just look like an old guy to me. I am. Old guy. Charmed, I'm sure. Badge first, then we'll talk. I don't have my badge right now. Then how do you expect people to believe you're a prosecutor? Oh, he's not the friendliest, huh? You want me to try talking to him? Why not? I doubt it can hurt. No one's good with children. So you're an actor, right, Sean? Yeah, so what? That's amazing, you're so cool. It's not that big of a deal. Case approach seems to be having an effect. So, those horns of yours? Yeah, what about them? Oh, those the makeup department make them. The character he plays is a special psychic being with Taurosaurus, and the horns allow him to communicate with his giant friend. Isn't that right, Sean? Just shut up, will you? They don't need to know all that stuff. Oh, sorry. Well, the power dynamic here seems pretty obvious. Still, that's kind of amazing, huh? Lead characters in a movie? Oh, you're still at an elementary school? It's crazy! Oh. Sean's actually 13. He just looks a little younger. What? But look at him, he's so little and cute, and the backpack, I just thought... Backpack's part of this costume, he's playing a role, remember? Yeah, I guess he is, huh? But he is kinda small, if you have to admit. Well, we try not to talk about that too much in front of him. I said stop telling people what they don't need to know! I'm sorry. So it's all part of the role, except for the carton of milk, maybe? The dead guy. That's the president, right? Yeah, you know him? A little. I met him once. You meeting with presidents now? Guy's a real piece of work. Hey, you can't say that. It's not nice. What's so bad about him anyway? Huh. Don't want to talk about it. Fine, I guess. Oh, President Wayne was working with us on the movie. Working with you? How exactly? He had a part, just a cameo, nothing big. But he came to look around the set one time. That would have been when Sean met him. Why put the president in your movie? We heard he was a huge fan of the original Taurosaurus, so the studio offered him a little role. They figured it would be good PR. Last thing I need to is amateurs on my set. I told you before, Sean, you can't talk about people like that. And I told you to shut your mouth! I guess he's not too thrilled about the idea of performing alongside non-professionals. Oh, here. What's this? Oh wait, from yesterday? Photograph. Yeah, I just got them printed. You can keep it if you want. Wow, that's such a great picture. You brought it expressly for me? That's so kind, thank you. No, I just happen to have a spare, that's all. I hope you don't mind me asking, but can we take a look too? Oh, sure, here. So it was taken yesterday. No footprints, and easily no body. Whoa, he sure is a charming one. Actually, would you mind coming up here with us? Oh, sure, after you. So this is the mighty Taurosaurus. Huh? He looks different from before. Here, way cooler on the flyer. What's with the weird nose ring on this model? Oh, I forgot. You two aren't Taurosaurus fans. This is the original Taurosaurus designed for 12 years ago back. Huh? So, what's the one in the flyer? That's the all-new Tartasaurus. They gave him a makeover especially for this movie. He looks so much more complimentary now, don't you think? A makeover? He's totally different. This one is just a cow. Well, he is just a cow. Or at least he was originally based on a cow. He's a monstrosity. A monstrosity? Yeah, the cow, man's best friend, reimagined as a terrifying monster. It totally makes sense if you think about the whole relationship with nature, right? That's the original concept. I think the concept might be a little lost on me. Me too, I'm afraid. A lot of us see at promotional events and stuff like that, so people remember the old Tartasaurus and realize this was a reboot. Yeah, it does look different. People might not get it otherwise. And just as we thought, the horn is broken. Oh, the horn really is what killed the president? I think it's a distinct possibility, but there's no thing I don't quite understand. What's that? Mr. Nichols, the model looks very heavy. How do you move it around? Oh, it comes apart. If you know the trick, it's not so hard. But I guess if you didn't, you might struggle to figure it out. If you happen not to be a member of the cast or crew, for example. Once it's in pieces, could one person move it? Oh yeah, even I could. Maybe not very fast, but I could. I'm sure I remember that face from somewhere. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I know this cow. Funny, I was just thinking the exact same thing. We know it from the president's plane, of course. And from the auction. So President Wang's plushie was a soft toy version of the original Tartasaurus. Can this really be just a coincidence? These look like cans of paint thinner. I guess they were being used by the prop department. Looks like Grandma found them, Mr. Edgeworth. It's all burnt. Indeed, as is the blue sheet underneath, and the nearby newspaper, and the outside of the cans. Wait, do you think the Tartasaurus head can breathe fire? Nah, this doesn't look like a fire-breathing type. That's not even possible, let alone likely. Still, the fire was started somehow. It's a wooden table, sadly collapsed. Parts of it are badly scorched. That's weird. The head should be on that table. But the legs are broken. Guess Tartasaurus isn't going back there on there now. The scorch marks was particularly bad where the legs snapped off. I think there might be a fire up here. Do you think that's what happened to the legs? Yes, and when the fire had burnt through the legs, the tail must have collapsed. And the head? Would have fallen down on the ground below. Right, the fire caused the head to fall. Indeed, I also happen to have an idea how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heat are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them. You're right. Sorry, I'll make sure somebody moves them. But the stove didn't get used yesterday, not while I was here anyway. Which makes the question of what could have started the fire and all the more interesting. There's a heater here. Do you think it's to keep the crew warm or something? I would imagine so. It's spring now, but the evenings can still be pretty chilly. It really gets in your bones. Oh, come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You can start talking like an old foggy. You already look like one. You have to talk young and bright and happy. You may not have noticed, Kate, but that's not exactly my style. Yeah, I think I could possibly throw that little baby over my shoulders and carry it out with here. You're not thinking of stealing it, are you, Kay? No, I was thinking it could just carry it around with me. And every time you shout objection, I can light it up with it and make you sound super cool. Yeah, I can picture it now. You look amazing. Well, do you get the job? Where do I start? Hopefully never. What is it now? Can you see a busy girl needs to work, you know? Why are you so obsessed with the idea that it was a monster attack? Monsters don't exist. Surely even you know that. What are you? You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Tartasaurus is real, dang it. I know that for a fact. For a fact, huh? How is that possible exactly? Because I don't see him. What? You saw Tartasaurus? Where? How? Heck yeah, she did. The big bad bull himself, right there in front of me. I was up at 51 over that big building just yesterday, right? Gathering materials for your story on the underground auction. Yes, we remember. Well, ain't it just Mr. Memory Man? That's right. I done seen you right and took that photo. The person in the red raincoat. Miss Ringer, right? Yep. Y'all see the blind there next to Little Miss Red Coat? Well, guess who's on the other side at that very moment? That's right, Tartosaurus. There's nothing there. Well, I can't directly catch every dang thing. It was a little too far away, that's all. But I've seen it alright, and boy did I. Tartosaurus' big old eyes staring at me, peeking right at the window. A window-peeking monster? Anyhow, I don't got time to shut a breach with y'all. I got synopsis that's reporters to report. Quit bugging me, will ya? Go down, get! That entire story was ridiculous. You didn't believe a word she said, didn't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Isn't that obvious? A body surrounded by a piece of smashed out concrete. Yes, they look like they have been thrown out clear when the ground was broken. Hey-yoo! Sent flying by the mighty impact of a giant creature's foot. Sure, assuming this was the work of a giant creature. Just look at the shape! I know hoof when I see one. There's only one thing possibly, a footprint of an enormous terrifying beast. And it's not just the one, there are 3! But you know that's impossible, don't you? You know that monsters aren't real. Sure, I probably know that somewhere deep down, but it's way more fun to believe they are. Our job is to pursue the truth, Kay, not to believe what feels more fun at the moment. This looks like equipment used by the lighting department. Oh wait, I just remember there was something I wanted to ask you. Does anybody light it up when I'm doing my next robbery? Help me look super cool. You want me to shine the light on you when you're committing a crime? You bet I do. What's so weird about that? What's the point of doing my great thieving in the dark? The folks in the chief set won't be able to see a thing. Wait, you're imagining you'll be committing this robbery in front of the audience? Oh look, a ladder. Wait, it's a step ladder. Good thing I got that already. What's this big metal stick thing? Is it for climbing trees or something? No, it's a camera crane. It's used to filming from the elevator at viewpoint. There's no camera currently in Gen, so it would usually be positioned at the top there. Gotcha, sounds perfect for casting a place before the burglary. Mind if I go ask somebody for borrowing it? And how do you propose to transport it if the answer is yes? Easy, you take the bottom part and I take the top. So I'm helping now? If we go one little step at a time, we'll be back in your place before we know it. And we're walking it back to my house? Alright, I think that's just about wraps out our preliminary investigations. So he was killed by... yes, by the falling Tartosaurus head. At least it seems the most likely explanation for now. He came down right on top of him, huh? Hmm? Well, they took their time, but here they are. Police, bodyguards, the whole gang. Mr. President! It's a little late for that, don't you think? Curse this! Who did this? Whoever it was made a big mistake. But I promise you this. They'll pay. I'm on their trail already. What? What do you mean? Our president may have been murdered, but that doesn't mean they're extraterrestrially implies. The police have jurisdiction. Luckily, I know the right people to talk to. And I just got myself second out to the case. Low-key one-man outfit or not, I'll be working this one. It sounds like you already have an idea of where you like to focus your inquiries. More than that, I already caught a sense of my prey. Take a look at this. It's a printout from the security camera on the viewing platform at the top of the big building. That's... It's pointing the elevator that leads onto the roof, and I record everybody who goes up there. And in this particular case, we record the president and his murderer. Clear as day. What was Chester Gambit doing there? You saying he suspects her of a murder? Mr. Edgeworth, I trust my offering the goddess to you. We may use it to call her final judgment onto Excelsior's winner. But murder goes against everything she believes in. Ancient Lang, perhaps you could explain your thinking on the matter for a little further. I heard a little rumor while I was over at the big building. It was about you, Edgeworth. You're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? Which means you don't have jurisdiction here. But you want to cross-examine me while I explain my thinking? Why would I agree to that? Curses. Hey, don't be like that! You were the one just talking about being a lonely one-man outfit. You know what? Maybe I should be you explaining your thinking to me. How come even though you're not a prosecutor, you're still sticking your nose into this case? It's a valid question. Why am I still here? Perhaps I can clarify with a question of my own, Agent Lang. Why are you so desperate to catch the president who murdered President Wang? Because above all else, you're an investigator, correct? I'm desperate to catch my certain somebody myself. The person who orchestrated the murder of the big building yesterday. The person who put Kay's freedom in jeopardy. Who put her in great danger. That person is out there somewhere right now, lurking in the shadows, laughing. And until I uncover the truth and make that person pay, it doesn't matter if I'm a prosecutor anymore. I'll keep fighting. Find the truth, and don't give up until you do. That's the rule I live by. You may have looked like a smart guy, but you're a fool just like the rest of us. A fool? How dare you? That was just what I needed to hear. Fine, you're in. I lost my minions and you lost your fancy title. But it seems neither of us are prepared to give up on this investigation. Now, seeing as we're both so stubborn, how about we go ahead and thrash out the details? I'll be honored. But be warned, I won't be going easy on you. I'll have an assassin to catch. And not even you're gonna get in the way of that. Of course, I will expect no less. Let me show you the truth I torn from this case with my bare fangs. Alright, so this judge friend of yours met the president up at the roof. And then she pushed him, and he landed right here. This all happened the night before last. The people have all been cleared from the viewing platform, so it's just the two of them up here. And that pretty much sums it up, no doubt about it. She killed the president. They were there completely alone? No bodyguards? None. I checked. His security detail had no idea he even went up there. He must have gone in secret. Maybe it was a conversation they didn't want anyone to hear. But what kind of conversation? How are the two of them even connected? Seems the president spoke to the owner of the building ahead of time. He hadn't set aside a viewing platform just for the two of them. It was the president's asking. I guess the guy wasn't about to refuse. So the last president saw alive really could have been... Yep. Cavell. Did you say her name was? Her. His argument certainly isn't completely without merit. But I noticed one little glaring hole in his reasoning. That's where I need to focus my counterattack. Shilong Lang, former star agent of Interpol. How the mighty have fallen. What? Take a look at this picture. It's a behind-the-scenes shot of some of the cast and crew. Look at them smiles. Well, maybe not Sean's, but you know what I mean. And it was taken only yesterday. What? If Judge Cabell really did kill President Wang the night before last, the body would have been clearly visible in the background of this picture. What? Perhaps he should take a little more time to speak with those involved. After all, third witness interviews on the basis of a good investigation, as she should know. Huh, finally everything's so happy, Mr. Edgeworth. You really do like backing your opponent into the corner, huh? Ah, fine, you got me. I must say it's been a while. I almost missed it. Perhaps you could try to stay a little calmer while conducting investigations in the future. Don't push your luck, Edgeworth. Lang Zi says, the righteous anger of the wolf lasts 100 years. I won't be calming down anytime soon, not until we caught the president's killer. I want the same thing, we all do. Nonetheless, the body appeared last night. You have to accept that now. And there's one other thing you'll need to accept. The president didn't die from a fall. That's right, he was crushed by a falling head of a giant monster. The incident occurred here on the movie set, not at the top of the big building. Says you, but that's just your theory. I'm not about to give up my own because of it. But it literally cannot happen the night before last. You just proved that with this picture. Did you? What if your friend Cavell pushed the president off the big building the night before last, and then it came down here in the movie set and hit the body somewhere? Here? But where? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment, you can hide it anywhere. And then come back a day later, and that's night, in other words, and take it out again. We just need to check the lot for trace evidence. We'll soon find where she put it. There won't be any need for that. What? This piece of evidence proves that Judge Cabal cannot have hidden the body.
Take that!
Both entrances to the lot were locked, and we already know that the chain on the other side was cut only last night. Ugh. Judge Cabal had no way in getting here to hide the body the night before last. Ugh. But murder has to happen 2 nights ago. Why are you so set on believing that? Because, if you remember, that picture was a printout from the video, and there was more. There's footage from a few dozen minutes after your friend went up the roof with the president. It shows her heading back to the elevator, alone. You know what there's no footage of? The president himself leaving that roof. There's no other way he could have gone down from the top of the building that high, unless he was pushed by Cavell. You say the president was never seen returning from the viewing platform? Yeah, the cameras were pointing to the elevator door the whole time. If anyone else had come up and down, they would have been on the tape. In other words, the presence of a camera ensured that nobody could have left unnoticed. I see. That's not good news for Judge Cavell. Vanishing from the roof hundreds of feet in the air? Yeah, that's a tricky one, alright. Indeed. Even the Yatagarazu can actually fly. Well, not yet anyhow. You just need a little more practice. Please don't tell me you're thinking you can learn. Actually, there is another way. Apart from the elevator? What do you mean? You're not about to tell me he flew. He didn't need to. It was much simpler than that. Assuming the president knew what we know, of course. Namely that the big building has a hidden 51st floor. What? That's right, a hidden floor. With a hidden entrance on the rooftop. If you left that way, he wouldn't even need to ride the elevator. What? But you said it was hidden, right? That it was a secret? How would the president even know about it? It's an interesting question, and one I don't have the answer to just yet. For now, this is just a theory. So, what are we talking about exactly? What is this hidden floor of yours? Sounds like the kind of place your little ninja friend would happily spend time in. No, I hate it there. Don't make me go back. Unfortunately, Kate's memories of it are far from happy. There's a secret storage room up there where they keep a lot of lots for an underground auction. The whole Sorbet scheme was uncovered just yesterday. An underground auction? What the heck are you trying to say? That President Wang was involved somehow? I don't have any proof, but I certainly think it's a possibility. Yeah, based on what we've seen of him, he totally seems the type. Ow! Yeah! He'll never do that, not the President. Illegal underground auctions? No, he'll have nothing to do with it. Nothing. What's gone into him? Oh, we two are feeling lucky. Because when people start saying stuff like that, I start biting. Yeah! Huh, she ran away. You know nothing, either of you. You have no idea how much people love him, how well respected he is. Is that really true? I guess we know what lurks behind the seemingly respectable public face. But the people in St. Fel clearly don't. I wonder if I should tell him the truth about his beloved president. No, what good would that do? It would only upset him more. Forgive me, Ancient Lang. I didn't mean to upset you. We spoke out of turn, both of us. I can only apologize. Apology accepted, and reciprocated. I'm sorry I got carried away. It's alright, Kay. You can come out now. Sorry. It's fine. It's not you I'm upset with. It's the animal who killed the president. Well, ain't you just a fine figure of a man? All patriotic and such. Gotta keep your head on that sort of thing. What are you talking about? Well, I got good news for you, Mr. Patriot. Real good news. What? Ain't no way in heck your pal the president won't see all down since we have 51. Really? I was hunted down their stores for a long dang time, and I peeled like oranges. Well, of course, she would have already snuck in that point. Thanks. That's very useful to know. Well, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Guess my theory still stands, which means I'm not budging an inch. Nobody saw the president a few minutes out 2 nights ago. That's a fact. But it's also the fact that the body appeared only last night. How could the president have fallen from the roof 2 nights ago and only been found today? That seems a little show as fall goes, wouldn't you say? Sure, there are questions that still need answering. I'll give you that. Then I guess there's one thing we can both agree on. Oh yeah? What's that? The question of exactly what happened here yesterday will require further investigation. Yeah, I guess we all know for sure that the body and the footprints appeared that night. Ancient Lang, I'd like to hand up the body of the coroner if you don't mind. Fine. He's all yours. Just take care of him, okay? Oh, one last thing. What? We found footprints near the body. I mean, footprints of a footprint, if you will. Little ones of the big one. Human footprints of the monster print? Interesting. And what kind of footprints? Sir, they're child footprints, about the size of the average elementary school kid. What? Huh? Elementary school? No, it couldn't be. What now? Miss Nichols? Oh, I didn't mean to butt in. Sorry. Was there something you wanted to say? What's she so scared of? There's something I have to tell you. You'll probably think it was pretty awful of me, but I'm sure it's nothing you need to be quite so nervous about. Well, what is it? Last night I came here. What? Ugh. You mean you came back to the set? Why? Well, I just wanted to. I was worried about him, so I came back to check. Check on Sean, I mean. Sean? The boy? Makes sense. Yes. See, he stayed behind on his own last night to rehearse. Wow, you really take your job seriously, huh? Well, this movie is his first lead role, and he's trying so hard to make it perfect. So she might have seen what happened last night. Around what time was this? Let's see, it was already after 10, I think? It looked like it might have been about to rain, so I got a little worried and came down. And when I got here, well... You saw something, didn't you? Yes. Sean was there on his own, running in line. And towering above him, there was this long, like a really, really long neck. Neck? Yes, with skin like an enormous worm. It was like a dinosaur. Ooh-wee, you mean it must be Gordy, good old Gordy. Done gave me a slip last time you slapped me on lizard, but I got you now. What? Now Gordy's involved too? Yeah, I think he might be. I was just as surprised as you are. Although I guess Sean was practicing being a kid who was communicating with monsters. Hot dang you, right? He could have come in for real with like the little porn dickies of his. Right, but it seems he's kind of looking up and talking to him. It's like they were friends. It was pretty weird, right? Dang tooth is weird. We're in the monsters on a mule. How can he cheat his way to the best policy pal like that? I fear movies and reality might be getting a little mixed up here. And you're absolutely certain it was what you saw? Oh yes, but only for a moment. I'm so shocked I was just turned and ran. Well, how about that, Mr. Prosecutor? Another mysterious beast to contend with. Don't tell me you believe this nonsense, Agent Lang. A monster angled neither here or there. But I think we have a pretty good idea of now we need to speak to next. Young Mr. Friend? If he really was here last night, then there's a good chance he saw something. My thoughts exactly. Prosecutor calls Sean Fenn to the stand. Sean ran after him a moment ago. What? We need to go after him. Where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home? You're right. He won't be doing any filming today after all. Sure. Or maybe he went on the lam. Nah, you're just overthinking things, surely. He's a child, Lane. There's no way he killed the president. Not on his own. And who said he was on his own, huh? Maybe a monster gave him a hand. Maybe he summoned one of his creature feature pals to help him. Yes, very funny. I'm not saying the kid did it, not for sure anyway, not yet. But he's our most important witness right now, and we need to find him. Mr. Edgeworth! Hey, it's Gummy! Oh, yeah! Ran away. What was that all about? Pah! Well, it just goes to show that your police force can't be trusted. Are you saying you intend to continue investigating the president's murder alone? Yeah, so what? Well, last time you went to, you were about 800 other agents helping you. Sure, but I told you, I'm a lone wolf now. You got a problem with that? I don't need lackeys, I don't need friends. All I need is these fangs right here. Keep things nice and simple. No lackeys, no friends. Anyway, catch you both around. Things have sure gotten interesting. And it sounds like I got work cut off for me. 2 big beasties at a prowl? Hooey! It's raining scoops. That'll catch a laxer and I'll be shudder worthy of the name. Fuck it, man. Wow, this all got kind of complicated, huh? It did. The Tautosaurus footprints were bad enough. Now, Gordy? This might well be a movie. Well, then we better get out of the monster hunting shoes on. I suppose we have. Huh? Who's that? It's one of Ancient Link's whole team. We come across a few of them in previous cases. But this one's on his own. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, long time no see. How come you're not with Ancient Lane? Shifu? He's not technically my boss anymore. Really? What happened? You remember that case from a month or so back? The Yatagarasu case. How could we forget? You made kind of a big mistake there. Came about as close as aiding and abetting a serious criminal as you come and still keep your job. Indeed, I guess that was pretty close. Well, being Shifu, he took full responsibility, so they disbanded our team. Wow, that's harsh. That explains why he's now a lone wolf, as he puts it. So, what are you doing here? Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about him. I think he's been chasing ghosts. Ghosts from 12 years ago, to be precise? 12 years ago? What does that mean? Sorry, I already said too much. I better be on my way. These ghosts of ancient lanes. Do they have something to do with the case we're currently investigating? Well, looks like everybody left except us. What do we do now? Good question. This heart went out monster hunting. I guess Ancient Lane is busy trying to track down young Sean. Perhaps we should try investigating another angle? What kind of other angle? Somebody needs to get Jessica Bell's side of the story. Oh yeah, you're right. What did she say again? Please forgive me, but I had better be on my way. I have to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde in a bit. I guess the trial will be beginning right about now. Indeed. I think we better head down to the courthouse, don't you? Alright, let's go. Alright, finished that part. Is the defense ready to proceed? You bet. Bring it on, Big G. The prosecution has been ready for some time. The original attorney of this case, Rosie Reader, was murdered, while the original prosecutor, Eustace Winter, has disappeared. So Fender and Francesca have been taken over in their places. Very well. Let us begin by apologizing for the delayed start to these proceedings. The crime we are here is to just take place in the prison, in the tuition of the judiciary. What's more, the fact that the defendant was a warden of said prison carries grave implications. These two factors combined cause pre-trial preparations to take more time than usual. And then the unfortunate passing of the attorney in charge, Miss Rosie Ringer, delayed the trial yet further. But now we are ready to begin at last. Mr. Fender, Miss Von Karma, the court thanks you both for stepping in such short notice. Hey, no sweat. Rosie was your pal, right? This was her last case. Couldn't exactly say no, could I? You had to bear with me, though, Gray. Didn't exactly get a ton of time to read the new paperwork. How about you, Fran? Everything cool over your side? It's hardly ideal for the prosecutor in charge of the case had to have run off and abandoned it. But justice can't sit around waiting for him to grow out a spine. The evidence has just heavy handed to me, so yes, I'm ready. Thank you both. Very well. Bringing the accused Miss Fifi Lagarde to the stand. I invite the prosecution to make his opening statement. Alright, the accused was... Let me stop you right there, darling. What is it, Miss Lagarde? Oh, I was just wondering if you could tell me something. What's something... That something being why on earth I'm here? Perhaps the opening statements will clarify that for you. But will they, my dear? Really? Fine, carry on if you must. I fully intend to. If you could stay quiet for one moment. The murder of the question happened in the prison when Miss Lagarde was the warden. The victim, one Bronco Knight, was being held at the detention center. But the prosecutor's case will show that Miss Lagarde took him from the holding cells and murdered him. And she did it with this knife. Huh? Is something the matter, Miss Von Karma? How can that... No! The evidence! What gives, Fran? Everything okay? The murder weapon! It's not here! And neither is Buckingham or Candace's chisel! Say it ain't so! Silence! Silence! Miss Von Karma, explain yourself. I wish I could, Your Honor. No murder weapon, Then what exactly are we all doing here? Really, darling, you shouldn't volunteer to prosecute a case if you can't even keep the evidence safe. I can only argue with what the previous prosecutor gave me. Little boy Winter strikes again. Hey, gee. What is it, Mr. Fender? Guess we all know where this is going, huh? Let's kick this down on the road a little further, shall we? The court hereby denies the defense's request. What? Don't be like that. What's the dealio? She's absolutely right, of course. We simply cannot have any more delays. Let's get on and show everyone how wonderfully innocent I am, shall we?
Objection!
Innocent? I thank you for this taking me seriously. Oh, but I am, darling. You don't have any evidence. You just said so yourself. In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? And without any, you can't charge me with anything. Just like, isn't that right, Verity, darling? It is. What? What? Without the item to question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, the court hereby declares the accused Fifi Lagarde not guilty.
Objection!
Whoa, hold there, Hasty Pants. You can't go dropping the verdict just like that. Forgive me, but why is the defense objecting to his client being acquitted? Don't be cute, kiddo. You know as well as I do that little Miss Warren over there is guilty as all heck. And as the murder weapon, you were right there when we found it. Mr. Fender, it is incumbent upon the court to see that fair judgment is afforded to all. And as the instrument of the court, I cannot allow my experience or opinions to interfere with my work. You must think of the Judge Cabell who was present and the murder weapon was found. And the Judge Cabell you see before you in the courtroom today are two entirely different people. Gee, you're killing me here. I have no choice but to pass judgment based on the evidence available.
Objection!
And we have that evidence, just not here. Give me some time, just a little. I'll find it, I'll swear to you. The prosecutor hereby requests a recess. Oh, yeah, the defense does that too. Come on, Your Honor. Don't do us like this. Very well. The court accepts the request. Really, Verity? You won't help anyone in battling to pressure like that, you know. There will be a 15-minute recess. I suggest that both the prosecution and defense use the time well. Understood. Phew, saved by the bell, huh? Very well. We will reconvene in 15 minutes. Oh, we did totally find that knife, didn't we, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, of course we did. Huh? What's the matter, detective? It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to this alligator. What? How? The metal detector was reacting to something inside of her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of a piece of evidence. The chisel? Didn't we figure out that isn't exactly a murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Countess had hid the chisel in the dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in such a same way? That's right. The murder weapon's inside of the alligator, the pond over there. So did somebody steal it or what? Mr. Edgeworth! Miss Barry, Mr. Saint, are you here to watch the trial? Yeah, we heard it was going to be a real fun show. Do you know where we need to go? It's the trial for the case I was getting convicted for. It should be starting any minute now. We were late because of practice, but it's somewhere around here, right? Simeon, there's kind of a problem. They lost some evidence, the knife and the chisel. So they called a recess and kicked us all out in the courtroom. What? What? No, they can't. They're not going to arrest you again, are they? Don't say that. No. Gee, I forgot how easy it is to upset you. Huh? How dare he embarrass me like that? Speak of easy to upset. Francina, Francerella, chill, okay? Just chill. Come on, put the whip away. That's it. That idiot of a so-called prosecutor, I'll find her and I'll make him eat whip for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Ugh. Monster, you gotta calm her down. Kid's gone cuckoo. I guess I better at least try. Oh, it's you. Good morning, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Francesca. You shouldn't be here, you know. You're not in the right line of work anymore. You should be at home planning whatever it is you mean to do with the rest of your life. What are you going to do, Francesca? You only got 15 minutes. Don't you think I know that? And wipe that featuring reasonable look off your face. You're like a news anchor comment reading the news or something. And it's surely your exasperating. It's probably better if I don't rise like that. I never mentioned you would be the one prosecuting this case, Francesca. Nor did I, but what a case. The murder of a presidential bodyguard. And by the water of the prison, no less. The murder woman was probably up to the evidence and everything. And yet, when you want to present the knife to the court, it wasn't there. That imbecile, not only did he abandon his case, he made me look like a total fool. The next time I see a little coward, I'll whip him and shave like it's the last thing I do. You go ahead and do that, but quit taking it out of people around him. K-Meister, you got old memory back, huh? Sure did. It's me again. You had me worried six weeks until Sunday. Not that other kid wasn't a blast too. Anyway, welcome back, kiddo. Bring it in. No. We need to be thinking about the trial right now, okay? Yeah, I guess things go pretty pear-shaped then, yeah. We need to dig up this missing evidence. Look at the split. If we can't count on them putting the trial on much hold no longer. Yeah, it's a stumper, alright. If only some kind of soul would offer to go find it for us. That's an exceptional look if I ever saw one. Can't help but notice you're still asking for your prosecutor's badge, bucko. Finally decided to walk past with the righteousness with me and your old man, huh? Committee has my badge, says much is true, but I haven't given up this yet. I'm still not ready to walk in my father's footsteps. No? Well, it's not like there's a deadline. You do you for as long as you need. No family office will be waiting to welcome you with open arms when you're done. Thank you, Fender. Yeah, if only somebody could go whip out that evidence for us. Fine, we'll do it. Way to go, Malzio. You sure? I'll do what I can, but that might not be much in 15 minutes. Friend of me will buy you as much time we can, okay? She won't be banging the hammer until you made it back with the goods, so promise. Thank you. I'll be counting on you, Fender. And you, Francesca? How does that sound? What makes you think I accept your help? How about some advice instead, that you seriously consider a new career as a news anchor? Come on, friend. Close the ticket talking here. Trying to step up to the plate. Alright, fine. We will stall for the trial as long as we can. But you better get your ex-prosecutor behind in gear. You know, I quite like having you run errands for me. Maybe that could help. That could be a new career instead. I'm glad you're on board. I can help too. I don't want to be arrested again. Oh, this sounds fun. Can I play? Alright, that would be very helpful for you both. Very well. Where should we begin? Everyone else needs to search somebody, don't you? Who will we need to speak in order to find out where the evidence went?
Take that!
That's right. The supposed custodian of the evidence in question, Eustace Winter. Oh, the new prosecutor guy? Okay, we're on it. Thank you, Mr. Saint. Alrighty then. Think we better hustle and talk tactics, huh, friend? Just the two of ouch! Don't keep me waiting, Miles Edgeworth. I'll try not to. We'll be back as soon as we can. Oh, Franny Poo, wait up now! Alright, we need to find Mr. Winter and fast. Whoa! Judge Cabell. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. A pleasure, as always. A pleasure? How is it a pleasure? What's with all that just now? Okay, stop it. But Judge Cabell knows that horrible woman is the killer. Why the heck would she? Evidence is the only language that the goddess of justice understands. My own personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. Is this all Judge Verity Gavel is? You may believe the way of thinking is just to be heartless, but it's my way. To be this hard and forgiving? Something I'd like to ask of you, if you don't mind. Please go ahead. What were you doing on the roof of the big building 2 nights ago? The roof? You met the president up there, didn't you? We've seen security footage of the two of you. And is there something wrong with that? Only that his body was discovered this morning, right next to the very same building. What? I think you understand what I'm getting at. You're considered a suspect. What happened between the two of you? Nothing. We simply talked for a few minutes. And when we were done, I left. I took the elevator back downstairs alone. Not much we know is true, but as I said, we've seen the footage. But what business do you have with the leader of the foreign power? I'm not at liberty to say. You see, well, I'm not at liberty to leave until I get answers. In which case, there's only one thing for it. She's hiding something, and I have to get it out of her. Mind chess time. Judge Cabral met the president in St. Flood the night before last. Yes, I admit it. We met on the roof of the big building. But it was simply just to discuss professional matters. Matters that I'm not obliged to discuss with you. Look, I'm clearly not going to have to work hard to get past her professional defenses. If she puts up to impenetrable facade, I better be better on biding my time. Let's start by asking what she met the president to talk about. Perhaps you could begin by telling us what you met with President White to discuss. As I told you, professional matters. Professional matters that we do not intend to share with you. I'm so glad you understand. I must say, you're a very busy woman. A judge, a committee member, and an occasional aide to us in the field even. Thank you. I take my professional duties very seriously. And do these duties include meeting with foreign dignities? Yes, of course. From time to time. The law is my life. Nothing I do falls outside my scope of my duties. You returned case problem notebook for us this morning. Surely you can't claim that fell within the scope of your duties. I am not yet the perfect servant of the law. That much is true. No, you are a human being, and that was a simple attack of simple human kindness. You have feelings, Judge Gravel, and you are allowed to have them. About the president's death, too. I can still hardly believe it. And I might ask, how did he die? He was crushed to death by the head of the monster, a monster known as a Tautosaurus. Forgive me, I should probably explain. Is that true? He died on the set of the movie? He did. Interesting that you shouldn't even know what the Tautosaurus is. I imagine I must have heard it from must have heard it from Eustace. Something about them shooting a movie somewhere near the big building. She isn't fooling anybody. She's clearly very upset about something. She mentioned Mr. Winter, who seems to have disappeared along with some vital evidence. Perhaps if she won't tell us what she discussed with the president, we should try finding out what else she might be hiding. I'm clearly getting under her skin. I need to dig furder. Francesca said that to take Mr. Winter's place at the trial, but how was she supposed to prosecute the case if he had never had all the evidence? My interest is solely from ensuring that the trial proceedings fairly once it has begun. If once it has vital evidence can be presented, it should suppress no one that the accused goes free. I am a judge, a servant of the law. My personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. So you had no personal feelings when it comes to Mr. Winter's disappearance? Of course I do. I worry about him terribly too. Wait, too? Does that mean there's somebody else you're worried about as well? I imagine their identity must explain your strange agitated state. I don't know what you're talking about. I am a servant of the law, and my feelings are immaterial. We're all servants of the law. All of us who stand in the courtroom. But we're not superhuman. You, me, everyone else, we're just people underneath it all. Much as we like to bury our feelings and are impartial, that simply is impossible. You are right, of course. I am in no fit state to offer impartial judgment. Please, Judge Gravel, just tell us the truth. What's going on? What do I do? What do I do? I never see her lose her composure like this. I should ask her who this person is that she's so worried about. The personal mask is probably beginning to slip. Perhaps now I can get to the human being underneath. The person you're worried about, is it Mr. Winter? He has not been seen since he discovered the truth about his father. Of course, I am worried about him, but this could also be a valuable test for him. He chose to disappear, and he can choose to reappear. And the other person you're worried about can't? That's not something I'm at liberty to talk about. I don't know what might happen to that poor child if I didn't. That poor child? What were you talking about? Nobody, please, it was nothing. Ignore it. Judging by the look on her face, it's definitely shitted. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. And the person you're worried about, is it Tautosaurus? I really don't have time for jokes, Mr. Edgeworth. It's not a joke. When I told you how the president was killed, you seemed surprised when I mentioned that he was crushed by Tautosaurus. That was simply shocking to learn how he died. And where half-built film on the empty lot. It sounds like if something knows where she died is particularly troubling to you. No, that's not true at all. It's just Joel says our places where dreams are made. Instead, a great man met his end there. I only hope that the utmost care is taken when the news is shared with the cast and crew. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the cast and crew already know. We met two of them in the scene, a crew member and the young actor, Sean Fenn. No! What does this have to happen? Something about the Tautosaurus connection really seems to be upsetting her. I think this might be a valuable clue. Judge Gravel, why are you so worried about it? Where are they? My apologies, but I simply can't tell you that. Time to look for my clue. So this poor child is missing and you're desperate to find him? Ah! Since you say child, I suppose it's right to assume that this person is a minor. I can't answer, and I won't. It has no bearing whatsoever on this murder of the president. Time to deploy my clue. You seem to get very sensible every time I mention Taurosaurus. The poor child you mentioned has something to do with the movie, don't they? Ah! How did you... You're usually so cool and collected. Your discomfort tells me everything I need to know. Who is this poor child? You have to tell us. Very well. You figured out as much already. I might as well tell you the truth. The person I'm worried about, the person I'm so desperate to find, is Sean Fenn. Sean? Why? That is more than I can allow you to know. Judge Gambit, you said you would tell us the truth. If you don't give it up voluntarily, we will have to force it out of you. I'm afraid you're just going to have to accept that. I need to get her to tell me why she's so desperate to find Sean. Are you a fan of Sean's, perhaps? Am I? Yes, I am. I am an ardent admirer of the work of Sean Fenn, child actor extraordinaire. I heard that he was filming near the big building, so I made it my business to learn where the set was and some other important details. I see. I suppose it makes sense that I didn't want to know much things. I imagine you would also have tried to learn where he was supposed to be on set? Yes, of course. He said he would be filming there all day today. You make it sound like you heard that from Tom himself. I don't think you'll be sharing the schedule with a mere fan, don't you? No, I misspoke. Ignore me. Every slip of the tongue she seems to be able to do with Sean. And now we know she's spoken to him. That's an important clue. Do you know Sean personally? He is famous. I doubt there are many people who do not know him. I certainly didn't until today. And you clearly need to be better informed. Perhaps I could teach you a few things. There's almost nothing I don't know about him. Forgive me. I allowed myself to get a little carried away. That seems to happen quite a bit when a subject of Sean comes up. Look, I don't know him personally. I simply know a lot about him. I'm diplomatic. I can understand you're being worried about Sean, but you seem a little too worried. You implied before that you have spoken to him, which may surely mean that you know him personally. How did I give away so much? If the two of you are acquainted, this is surely an important clue. We're trying to find Sean too. Do you have any idea where he might be? Why would I have any idea about that? Two of us aren't connected in any way at all. Kind of diplomatic clue. I don't know what exactly the connection is between you and Sean, but I know for certain that it exists. Yours good has told us that it does. Please, Judge Gambit, you have to help us and try to find him. Help you? That would never be allowed. By whom? The goddess of justice? By the one person who knows where he is. At last, the puzzle pieces are finally starting to fall into place. I know why you're so reluctant to tell us anything about your relationship with Sean. Admit it. He's been kidnapped, hasn't he? Judge Gambit, I need you to tell me the truth. All of it. Very well. This time, I will tell you everything. Your intuition was correct. Sean has been kidnapped. You knew it. But why does it have anything to do with you? Sean is... He's my son. What? Well, we never found out what she and President Wayne were talking about. But we found out something just as important. Sean has been abducted. Not exactly an endgame I was expecting, but that's checkmate nonetheless. What? You're Sean's mom, Jessica Bell? No way. Come on, you're too young. It's true. I am Sean's mother. Look. A magazine clipping. An article about Sean. You always carry this with you? Yes, everywhere I go. I guess you could call it a kind of talisman. It certainly speaks to the bond between them. Are you sure you've been kidnapped? Unfortunately, yes. I received a phone call from the kidnapper just before the trial began. Did they make any demands? Only one, that Fifi the guard be found not guilty. Well, that certainly explains what we saw in there. And without any, you can't charge me anything. Isn't that right, Verity, darling? It is. Without the items of question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, this court hereby declares the accused Fifi the guard not guilty. That's why you came so close to declaring her innocent. I have failed in my duty to the law. I am a judge, and I cannot abide with impartiality. I made a mockery of justice. And yet, I tried to force through my ruling based on nothing but my own self-interest. Judge Gavel, the goddess must be furious with me, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sacrifice my son on the altar of justice. I couldn't remain impartial when it mattered most. Of course you couldn't! Are you crazy? Okay. No parent should just give up on their child like that. And if it makes the goddess of justice mad, then I'm sorry, but she's wrong. If she really thinks this way, then she's the guilty one. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. Declaring the goddess guilty? That's bold. Kay is right. As I told you, though we all serve the law, we are also only human. And none of us could, or should, be expected to sacrifice a child for the sake of the verdict. Thank you, both of you. But the trial must continue. There's no escaping that. Your Honor, there you are. It seems it is time. Judge Gavel! My dad was a prosecutor. He was? Yeah, he used to work in the courtroom just like you do. And I was thinking about what he would have done if he was in your position right now. The prosecutor were forced to insist that clearly innocent suspect to be found guilty. I know what he would have done. Anything, that's what. He would have done anything to get me back. He would? So what I'm trying to say is, you can trust us. What do you mean? To get him back, I'll snatch him from the jaws of danger. And on the second you got grass and you agree to trust me, I'll promise I'll get him back for you. The thief who steals only the truth, and perhaps one or two other things. Well, Judge Gavel, what do you say? Will you trust the great thief to steal back to which matters most to you? Mr. Edgeworth, I'd like to help too, if that's alright with you. Thank you. I know I have no position to ask you of this, but please, see that it comes home safely. Oh, we will, don't worry, you count on us. Here, take my cell phone. You can never make a call again. You'll get it back, along with your son, I promise. I will do everything I can to draw out the trial, but I don't imagine I can give you more than about 2 hours at best. 2 hours. That gives us until 2 p.m. Please, I'm counting on you. And here I thought the great thief was a sabotage. Well, hold your hat because he's back in business. Alright, let's do this. My first commission. I can't afford to mess up. In that case, we better start looking right away. Where to begin? Where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home? You're right. He won't be doing any filming today, after all. Sure. Maybe he went on the lam. Perhaps we should see if Sean left any clues behind at the big building. Hey, what are you doing giving orders? It's a great thief's operation. I'm in charge now. That's so. Then what am I? You're my assistant. Person of the great thief Yatagarasu. Talk about an honor. I've been relegated to thief's assistants. Alright, let's get to work. Team Yatagarasu, move out. Alright, here we are. Ready? On 3. Follow my lead, you'll be fine, okay? What exactly are you talking about? Even in the depths of night. Hey, your turn. Keep up, will you? Why are you making me do this? It was a great theatrical process just right at the scene of the crime, dummy. How's everyone supposed to know that we don't announce their appearance? You may be a thief, but I'm certainly not. Fine, I'll do it on my own. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone shows the sign of the light of righteousness on the world's bright. And one is me, for I am the great thief Yadagarasu. I'm very much aware of who you are, thank you. Now, shall we get on with the investigation? You're no fun at all. We don't have time for fun. We have less than 2 hours, in fact. We better get started. Alright, we have this spell. We'll show it a few people if it jogs any memories. Oh, hey there, pal. Why the long face, huh? Everything you might have maybe lighten up a little? Did you take on any passengers here this morning? Does the witch wear a pointy hat? You bitch I did. It isn't one fair, mind you. And who was the passenger? It was 2 guys, had one in the black suits, real sharp looking. Do they have a boy with them? This boy? Nah, like I said, it was just the 2 of them. Alright, never mind. Thank you for your help. I thought we might have something here, but no luck. Oh, look who it is! Oh, hey Mr. Edgeworth, long time no see. Wait, you're... This is Will Powers. He's an action star I met on an old case. He's also the man behind the mess of the one and only Steel Samurai. Long time no see indeed. Nice to meet you, I'm Kay Faraday. Great thief. Mr. Edgeworth has been working on my assistant. Good to meet you, but... Thief? Mr. Edgeworth has been assisting a thief? Let's not worry about that for now. We'd like to ask you about what happened this morning, if that's alright. Sure. I don't know if I could be much help to you, but sure. So he'll be one of Sean's work colleagues. Okay, so you better just dive right in. I heard you were investigating this one, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, yes, but I'm not the prosecutor in charge anymore, of course. But if you're Casey's assistant, I guess is her case? No, that's simply... I can see you're an intelligent man. You're right, of course. I'm in charge of this one. Don't encourage her. Alright, I'll need you to give me straight answers. First about this case. Have you noticed anything weird? Perhaps you could give me your impressions? Is that supposed to sound like me? My impressions? I guess my main course is, no offense to the victim at all, but... Is that all over for the production? Are we done? I can't help but worry. I think it's probably safe to assume that you are, at least for now. Right, I knew it. What a bummer. We don't have the location much longer either. Because you were due to finish shooting soon? No, because they're due to start building. This lot won't be empty for long. They were letting us use it while they get ready to make a start. I guess the plan was to shoot the rest of the lot back to Global Studios. I've been so worried about everything. But the people spreading all the rumors too. Rumors? Yeah, this journalist keeps coming around. Y'all been hiding real monsters on there instead of yours. Y'all can't do that, I'll expose you all. She's always saying stuff like that. I think I know exactly who this journalist might be. Yeah, the photographer, right? I thought you maybe knew her. But you're not, are you? Hiding real monsters on you? Are you kidding? If they have real monsters to call on, I'll be out of a job. So you're all working hard on the movie? Yeah, it's the first time we've been on the reboot of the whole series. This one's been a real challenge for me and everyone else over Clover Studios. If only they put this kind of energy in making a new Steel Samurai show or something. What role are you playing on this one? Me? I'm Tower Source himself. No way, so you're the star. Well, not quite. I'm in a costume suit. My face won't ever appear on screen. Really? Still, that's pretty amazing. I wish I could wear a costume like that. Hey, do you think I could try it on sometime? Except for just climbing inside one of the horns. I'd love to say yes, but that's not how it works. You can't really just climb inside that part. Oh, I get it, because I'm an outsider, right? That's not the issue at all here, Kay. Can I ask you a couple questions about Sean? Sean? Oh sure, Penny told me what happened. He just disappeared, right? Yeah, sounds like him. Does he do that a lot? Yeah, kinda. If we take flight mid-shoot, you look around sometimes, he's just gone. you have any idea where he might have head off to? Sorry, no. I did see him leaving the set though. Huh? You did? And where was he headed? He got on the side bus. And I was checking some equipment over and by the time I looked back up, he was gone. The side bus? I wonder if he left any clues behind. Do you mind if we take a look inside the bus, Mr. Powers? Sure, you have to excuse the mess though. Alright, let's see what we can find. There's an array of filming equipment here. Are you getting ready to shoot something? No, nothing scheduled for today at this location. It's just a case I've gone missing. Case? What is he talking about? Yeah, all that stuff there is normally stored inside a large case. But I look away for 5 minutes and it's wandered off somewhere. Well, there's a thief around here. What exactly was taken? Just a case, as far as I can tell. Why only take that? I want to take more interested in what's inside him itself. I guess whoever took it must have needed the case more than its context. Did they need to put something in it? Very good day to you, Prosecutor, Edgeworth, sir. Huh? I'm not a prosecutor. But the other needs to know that, I guess. Good day to you too, officer. Can I ask you why you've been posted here? Me? Oh, I'm just keeping an eye on things. Excellent. Then perhaps can you tell me any vehicles have come in and out of here this morning? None said attached to that fruit truck over there, sir. Only 2 vehicles have come in and out. That would be useful to know. Sean! Sean! You in there? No sign of him here either. Kind of thought that basket in the back of the trunk looks suspicious. She's not wrong. It does. Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold. It's been here for a while. No way, you can just tell from that? It's been parked here for a while. I guess the driver must have been nearby either. I don't really have time to stand around waiting until they get back. Where would Sean have been sitting? Sean? Oh, that's the seat from the backpack on it. There's something poking out of it. A videotape? Huh? We use these when we're shooting. I wish Sean had one. Was there something he wanted to record? This could be a clue. Do you have a way for us to check what's on the tape? Sure, there's a couple of monitors set up right over there. Alright, hitting play. Sean. Is he rehearsing his lines? Sean was there on his own running his lines. There's a clearly visible footprint right there, which means this must have been from last night. Yeah, he does this sometimes. When he's not happy with the scene, he borrows the equipment and goes over at his own time. Oh, he really is dedicated, huh? Sure is. He may be young, but he takes his craft seriously. You gotta admire it. Well, that part of it at least. But using the kit without asking part, not so much. And he'll be able to use his equipment on his own? Sure. If all you want to do is shoot something pretty basic. Huh? What is the K? Where did Sean go? He ran out somewhere. You just left the camera running? It stopped. I guess you ran out of tape. So that's all that's on there? Sean's rehearsal? It's midday already. You think Jessica Bell and the others are doing okay? I'm not sure. How long is it realistically possible to drag out a proceedings, I wonder? We have to find Sean! Indeed we do. Oh heck, not like that, dang it! Oh no, it's both of them. How do you think we're gonna get us a scoop like that? Sorry, Chief, my bad. How many times I gotta say it? We scoop fiends, while critters are surprised on scoops and scoops alone. Every second we ain't scooping, we're starving. It's scoop or die out there. Yes, Chief. Well, look who it is. Although I can't help but wish it wasn't. When did those two get here? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. We should go talk to him. Should we? Ugh, fine. Miss Lloyd calls you Chief, doesn't she? Sure does, because that's exactly what I am. She's my #1 club reporter. She's my unique brand of shut button caught her eyes. She came to me in London trade. She may be scribbler, not scrapper, but both of us are hungry for scoop 24/7. I'm precise, who doesn't want to be called Chief, right? Miss Hart's pictures of what drew Miss Lloyd to her? I suppose it's no surprise that this particular Chief attracted her apprentice with such unique taste. Sure, he ain't scored no big stories just yet, but she hungry, boy, is she hungrier than me even. If she wants a Tar Source exclusive blood and her coyote wants a chicken. I've been turning this place upside down all day looking for leads. She has? Maybe she knows something of this kidnapping. I think we should ask her, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Agreed. We need all the help we can get. Why, Sean, I can think of one piece of evidence that might encourage her to tell us what we need to know. So now that your story of the underground auction is in the bag, what's next? Come on, as if you need to ask. Tar Source, that's what. Fake on dumped in right of my dang last, looking upstairs to cover the auction. And then he shows up right in the doorstep and stomps all big old footprints everywhere to good measure. Do you have any particular news outlet of mine in this big scoop? Ha! There's a bear dude's bitches in the woods? I got me 2 or 3 on my own, me all over the dish like a rash. Heck, there's even one right here in the big building. Tabby and me are out there looking all the time. I mean, mostly on account of how fond they seem to be throwing us out of our ears, but still. Sounds like they're both more out than in. Oh, I got you, my good friend Ruffles. Good to see y'all again. And you, Miss Lloyd. But how come you're here if you don't mind me asking? Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made you against you was, of course, highly groundless. But the fact remains that you were a willing participant in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you about the matter. You should be aware that you may be punished for your actions. Well, they kinda dropped the whole case out of nowhere. Packed me up and slipped me home without as much as a slap in the wrist. Guess it was their way of saying, you keep up with the good work now. They seem kinda keen to me to never ever mention the whole thing ever again, though. Yes, because you weren't part of the official story of the attempted best president's life. And they can't afford to have you getting in the way of that. Mr. Edgeworth, telling Tappy not to talk is like trying to stop a pan from bursting from a piece of tape. Not exactly the most diplomatic way of putting it. Wrote up the whole thing, of course, every last detail, plus a few of my own. Handling down the paper, hopes for all I know. But nothing. Not a peep. Was somebody putting pressure on them? Or were the details you added a little too gratuitous, perhaps? Both seem equally plausible, unfortunately. What are you doing here in the big building? Are you reporting on something? Hey, maybe I didn't make this clear enough for the first time we met? But you want a reporter to scratch your back? You gotta scratch hers first if you catch my meaning. You mean you want me to give you something to use for the article? Bingo! It'll be better than good. Because if it ain't, the conversation's over. You do need to know about what might happen to Sean. Perhaps I could show her a piece of evidence to see if she has anything to say. Anything to give me in return. So wait, this picture. Say no more, Ruffles. I know what you're gonna ask. Huh? You do? You're looking for him, right? The kid? What? You just can't get it out of the just can't get out from under the drama, huh? Wherever you go, the body falls. Miles Edgeworth, trouble magnet. Pretty much sums you up, right? Is my reputation really so sordid? And now you done got yourself wrapped up in the kidnapping too? Crazy. Huh? How do you know about all that? Shh, pipe down, will ya? Can't be talking about this stuff too loud. I ain't even told the chief about it. You gotta keep it a download, okay? This ain't the cat I want to have in the baggage yet. Seriously? How do you know about it? Surely Jessica Bell hasn't told anybody except us. I I bet you didn't. I bet you just love to know, would you? Can't. It's a secret. She's as stubborn as ever, it seems. Hey, quit staring at me like that. I didn't stare at nothing without a thundercloud on my face. So you know something, right? Sure do. Truth is, I done shy. Little kid being bundled up by two shady characters in black suits. What? Do you know where they went? Nope, don't got a clue. They were kind of far away when I spotted them. Lost sight pretty quickly. Dang it. You'll know something about our kidnappers now. Yes, 2 men in black. So we know a little something about the kidnappers. Miss Lloyd saw 2 men taking Sean away, and the taxi driver remembers giving 2 similar-looking men a ride. They must have been the same people, right? I say it's a distinct possibility, yes, but there's one thing that doesn't make sense. The taxi driver says specifically that 2 men didn't have a child with them. Oh yeah, that is weird. Could the kidnappers who stole the case... Wait, me... Yes, what if they put Sean inside it? He's little enough to fit in, I guess. So the reason the taxi driver didn't see him might be that he was loaded the trunk with baggage. So why did they need to hide him? I imagine they didn't want to plan to originally. But they didn't count on there being a police presence here in the plaza. Right, that makes sense. They didn't want the officer on duty to see them going off with Sean. So they took a rather distinct measure. That must be it! Alright, let's go see what the taxi driver can tell us. The 2 men you told us about, did they have any baggage with them? Boy did they, a giant case. Wasn't easy enough getting that thing in the trunk, I tell you. That settles it, they must have been the kidnappers. Where do you take these 2 men if you don't mind me asking? Look, I can see this is important. How about I give you a ride there? That's a great idea! Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, thank you. My pleasure, folks. Did he have to drive that fast? You're kinda queasy. Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You look a little green yourself. I'm fine. The driver said he took the men in the garage in this house right here. Which means that must be where they brought the case. No way! Look at the name of the mailbox. The name? What? Excelsior's Winner! This must be the Chairman Guy's house. What? Excelsior's Winner orders Sean's kidnapping? Isn't he currently under arrest? Nice, the garage door is unlocked. You spotted that quickly. Although I guess I probably shouldn't be surprised. It smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winter Senior must be something of a motorhead. Anybody home? No? Anybody? What are we, Kay? Common house thieves? You take that back. We're great thieves and you don't let me hear you say different. Have some self-respect, Mr. Edgeworth. He didn't like that at all. Anyway, it seems nobody is around, which hopefully means we're not at risk of being arrested. Don't let your guard down yet, there's only just getting started here. Now, let's find out some treasure. Are we supposed to be looking for Sean? I think I know what this is. Yes, this has to be it. The equipment case that Mr. Power stole was stolen. You pulled a little Sean up, packed him up in there, and shipped him all the way here, huh? He's a boy, Kay, not a piece of equipment. And it's possible that he's still here. Then we better find him. My reputation as a great deal is riding on this, and yours as my assistant. Sure it is. Look, a treasure! These are mechanic gloves? Designed to be worn when fixing vehicles or something with machines. Covered in oil that looks like left in the machine too. Strangely dirt. Awful lot of dirt. I doubt they would have gone like that with the motorcycle maintenance. I hate this guy, but I have to admit I like his gloves a lot. You think we can maybe come up with a good excuse to borrow them? I was about to take them into evidence, but now I'm not so sure that's a good idea. No way, this bike is super cool! There's even a skull over the headlight. They're supposed to design the eye light up when you turn it on. Really? Wow, I bet it's still nothing compared to when you get that soon get in your eyes. My eyes don't exactly light up, okay? There's a sledgehammer, a shovel, and a bunch of heavy-duty tools here. That thing makes just go back and look puny. If I become a judge, I'm getting one like this. I doubt you make yourself very popular swinging one of those around the courtroom. Really? Fine. What if I swung that shovel around instead? Then it wouldn't be in the courtroom, it would be a circus. Promise me you won't do that. Huh? There's somebody in the back there. Sean? Is that you? Sean! Stay right there! We're coming! Huh? That's... But... Mr. Winter! What? What's he doing here? Wait, this is Chairman Winter's house, right? Which means... Yes, it's Mr. Winter's home too, presumably. But how did he get wind up like this? Untie him, Kay, quickly. All expert rope work, huh? Leave it away. Alright, like this, and through here, and you're free. Are you okay, Eustace? He looks like he's been through hell. How did you come to be tied up out here? I don't know! You found me! Why didn't you tell me? Because we don't know, which is why we're asking. I'm not sure you're going to be able to get much out of him like this. No. In which case, there's only one thing for it. Wait, you mean... I hate to be the man when he's down, but it might be the only way. Are you sure? Look, don't go hard on him, okay? You might push him over the edge. Understood. I'll tread carefully, I promise. Though I can't promise I'll be very good at it. I never had held back against my opponents before, after all. And this is the final mind chest of the game. Last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here? You don't understand. You don't know what it's like being me. Wow, he's been through a lot. It's going to be hard to know what caused him to lose control. In which case, I guess I might just have to quietly listen to what he has to say. Why me? Why am I always the last one to know? The butt of every joke. He's clearly have questions. I'll have to do my best to try to answer them. But he's also clearly in no fit state for this. I need to try to finish this quickly. I should figure out what he needs to hear, and try to calm him down. Oh man. I'm sorry, I have to do this, because there's a trophy related to this. I noticed something over the short time we noticed one another, Eustace. You're utterly worthless. Don't you think you should just start over, trying to learn to be a decent human being from scratch? What? Calm down, I'm not done yet. I don't care, I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear about anybody has to say. I pushed him too far. How could you, sir? Saying the worst possible way to reduce his mind chest. Why don't you just leave me alone? You think I'm going to trust you? I don't trust anybody anymore. Curse this. Sorry, like I said, this is the only way for me to get a trophy. This is the last miscellaneous trophy too. Okay, now for real. We'll start for real now. Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace. No, I will not! Even if I did, it's not like you'll listen to me. Well, what is this? Why are you shouting? Objection! You always shout objection! I like the fact I just made him say objection. What? You're really going to listen to me? Learning the truth about your father cannot be easy. I can only sympathize. But that wasn't the hard part! The hard part was losing everything I ever had in a single morning! Everything I thought I worked for, it was all a lie. That just made it happen. So tell me, Edgeworth, what am I supposed to believe in now? You can lose faith in everything but yourself. That you have to believe in. But if you don't have to do it alone, experience I can give you. And knowledge, that I'm happy to offer. I had some time to think while I was tied up and like that. And I realized something. I'm not cut out to be a prosecutor. I'm incompetent? I don't even know the right word. I think the word you're looking for is incompetent. But judging one's competence is not relatively difficult, so I need you to trust on something. You're getting better at this, Eustace. Day by day, inch by inch, I swear it. Now, I need you to ask you something. Will you help me out? Sure. What do you want to know? Well, first of all, thank you for calming down. Next, I want you to tell me about your kidnapping. I need you to bring the details possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. Why would somebody kidnap you only take you back to your own home? Don't you think I want to know that too? I'm the victim here. What are you asking me for? How am I supposed to know? They locked me up in that box and locked me up in here. I was scared, so scared. And did you happen to overhear anything the kidnappers might have said? They once said, if you want to blame somebody, blame the guy who owns this house. The owner of this house, that's your father, isn't it? It is? I guess it is, huh? Oh, I get it. The kidnappers were people who hated my dad. That's not it. Actually, it's not based on what else do you know about the situation? There must be some kind of link between the kidnappers and Winter Senior. This could be a clue. Do you have any idea why somebody want to kidnap you? What do you mean? Why does everyone kidnap anybody? For ransom, am I right? Do you have any idea who the kidnappers might have been? No, of course I don't. If I did, I have told you already. There's the point of clue. Your grafter wanted you easily at hand. And where could it be more convenient than one's own home? I hate to break it to you, Eustace, but the kidnapping was ordered by your father. What? You don't think he wanted me out of the way? That he was going to kill me? What good would that have done him? His own son, dead in the family garage, he would instantly have become a prime suspect. You're right. Okay, so why did he have me kidnapped? Well, it would have been for ransom, not his own son. That would have made more sense. So his mother was a kidnapper, it must have been something else. This could be an all-important clue. Time to buy my clue. Hope somebody wanted to kidnap your own child if they were planning to demand it for ransom. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Did anything odd happen during the kidnapping? No, I just answered their stupid question, and then they grabbed me. Good question? What did they ask you? Stop glaring at me like that! What was it again? Oh yeah, they asked if I knew Gavel. Of course. Things are starting to fall into place now. Your father, his goal wasn't to kidnap you. It was not to kidnap Jessica Gavel's son, Sean Fenn. Because he wanted to force her on and declaring Warden Lagarde not guilty. Wait, Gavel has a son? Is also Lagarde could be found not guilty? I think you were mistaken for Sean, that's why you were kidnapped. What? You mean I went through all that by mistake? Wait, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that wouldn't explain the part where... Where what? Have you remembered something? No, it's nothing. I'm nothing. I'm useless. Meaningless. Just go. Just leave me alone. This isn't good. I think I pushed him as far as he could reasonably push. I have to calm him down and get him to tell me what it is he just remembered. Judging by his fragile demeanor, I think he's still suffering considerably. I need to help him get back to his feet. You remember something? just now. What was it? I didn't remember anything. All I remember is him. Him? You mean your father? No, I didn't mean to bring him up. I'm nothing compared to him. I'll never make it a prosecutor if he didn't help me. I've been wanting to ask you about that for some time. Why didn't you become a prosecutor? What do you mean? You think I told you that I meant to be one? That I'm not good enough? Say something, will you? You chose this path. Why? You must have a reason. It's not like that. There's no big reason behind it at all. The reason is stupid and dumb and not important. Like I said, it's stupid. It probably doesn't mean much to anybody except me. I often felt much the same about my own reason to become a prosecutor. Really? You have? But you're a real one. You're a good one. A success. Even my dad. Even the chairman of the committee said so. You want your father's approval? I can well understand that. You can? I thought I'd become the best prosecutor out there who only accept me for who I am. I just wanted to not be useless. You're not covering for your father anyway, are you? What? No, I wouldn't come for him ever again. Why will I after what he's done? You have a strong desire to be used to him, though he'll approve of you. Is that fair to say? Why can't I be just once in my stupid life? Why can't I make it better? Why can't I clear his name? It's impossible to clean his name, Eustace, but you can't clear one. Huh? I never knew that. In your father's case, though, it's going to be hard. His crimes continue as your kidnapping shows. Knowing that, can you still think you can help him? But what else do I have? What else am I supposed to do? Why don't you become a better man and rise above the father who made a fool of you? Stare him straight in the eyes and stop him from committing any more crimes. Hey, you're right. I'll prove him wrong about me. I'll prove him wrong about everything. That seems to have calmed him down again. Now I just need to get him to tell me what happened to the case. Let's see if I can get the courage he needs to stand up for his father. What's the connection between your father and Water McGuard? Sorry, I don't know much about that. You can't think of anything? Even the smallest morale could be a valuable clue. I think they maybe worked together once? And what is it? What else do you have remembered? I think she got a job from the prison because my dad recommended her. Interesting. And did she have any particular reason to recommend her? I guess she thought she was good at her job. Unlike me. I think they knew each other from back when he was a chief prosecutor. What was he like back then? Was he different at all? Oh, he was amazing! There wasn't a piece of evidence you didn't know in the case file he hadn't read. And imitating knowledge of the case's evidence pertaining to them, that could be an important clue. The key piece of evidence from the LaGuard trial failed to make it to the courtroom. As the prosecutor in charge, they are your responsibility. Did you misplace them somehow? No, that's not what happened. You haven't told me this side of the story. I thought I was putting them in the safest place there was. But, what do I do? What should I do? Since he's drowning his own self-doubts again, guess I should send him a little lifeboat and bring him in. I think I know what you thought would be the safest place possible with your father. Is that correct? What? He told me he would keep it safe with him. He said it was nowhere safer. Well, I'm afraid he betrayed your trust in the ugliest way possible. So he got rid of it? Why, Dad? What were you thinking? Your father wanted to observe the truth in order to ensure that Ward of the Guard was declared innocent. There is no way to say this, Eustace. He used you. What? There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winter's possession. And we still don't know where Sean is. We need to get back out there and find him. It's all my fault. What do I do now? I can't stand by and watch him like this. He had a brutal collision with a reality that he's never existed. I should ask him what he needs to do now. Perhaps I can even help him figure that out. There's no way around it. The road ahead will be a hard one. But maybe this is fate. And maybe my job is to point him in the right direction. Do you mean to be like a father? To continue to ignore the truth? Come on, give me a break, will you? Can't a guy just get a glass of human kindness when he needs one? Are you talking about the milk of human kindness? I'm afraid that's not quite how the phrase is used. Huh? It's not? Listen, talking with you is like this. It's helpful for me too. There was a time when there were truths I didn't want to face up to either. But a good friend taught me the error of my ways. That's nice, but I don't have anyone like the... If you could mutter the courage to try to find your feet again, I'll be very happy to help. You would? Oh, but only if you really need to try. I don't want to be like my dad. You want to be better than him, don't you? Yes, Eustace, I see it now. Do you mean to continue working as a prosecutor, Eustace? I don't even want to think about that yet. After all, I'll never become one because of my dad. I probably shouldn't even think about carrying on. Should I? The only person who can answer that question is you! Ah! Only you can decide what path you choose to walk. Then, I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. If I give up now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I just know it. So he intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. He told me that he wishes to be better than his father, and that he wishes to remain a prosecutor. I take that to mean that he wants to be a different kind of prosecutor than his father. That's the first important decision he's ever made for himself. It tells us where he needs to go next. So, what now, Eustace? Well, first I'm going to return this stupid jacket back. I don't deserve to wear it. My dad always says that clothes make you a man, but I'm no man. It's clothes make the man, Eustace. It is? Thanks, Edgeworth. I'm learning a lot from you today. That's good to hear. No, about that jacket. Why don't we make you a prosecutor worthy of it? Alright, let's do it. Make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again. But how? How do I get there? Tell me. What do I need to do? I just don't know. I just don't know. If only he remembered his own words from a few minutes ago. The decision he made should serve a good guide at what he should do next. You want to remain a prosecutor? Or walk a different path from your father, correct? It won't be easy. But the path you have chosen is that of a true prosecutor. And now that you have chosen it, when the time comes, you know exactly what to do. You're lucky. I myself still haven't quite decided what to do with my life. But you have, and it's a choice you made on your own. Now all you have to do is believe in yourself, and be in the path you've chosen. Whoa! Mistaken for Sean to kidnap his own father's underlings, and losing his brief himself as a prosecutor after his father stole his evidence. He's been through so much in the span of a single day. More than I can imagine. Well, it took a little longer than I thought it would, but that's checkmate for the final time. And with that, mind chess, there's no more. No, 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 no! Wow, I don't think I ever see him move so fast. He's partially speedy when it comes to running away from things, it seems. You don't have much time left. I think we're better checking with Fender. He wants to update what he had discovered. And we need to know what's going on with the courthouse. But Eustace ran off, right? Is he supposed to be a prosecutor in charge? We're just updating Fender. Nothing else will change. Francis is continuing for the prosecution. Okay. Is that really alright, though? It's going to have to be. Like you said, Eustace ran off. Look, I hate to be a stickler for the details, but let's go over this just one more time, shall we? No murder weapon means no conclusive proof means no conviction. That's all there is to it. That makes no sense. The lack of murder weapon doesn't prove your client's innocence. Don't make me come over there and whip it into you. Ugh! Hetty, darling, how much longer is this going to take? It's almost as if you're trying to drag this out for as long as possible. Sorry, Feast. There's our friend the prosecutor over there. She's stubborn as a freaking mule. Give me a satisfactory explanation. I'll just have to keep whipping you until you can. Seriously, I have taken much more licks than I have already had birthdays. Come on, Miles, what's taking so long? I'm happy to buy you some time and all, but I'm taking a beating here. Oop, sorry G, this one's important. Mind if I take it? Fine. Fender? Miles Serrano, boy, I'm real glad to hear your voice. How are things on your end? We found Eustace. Sweet! And the knife? And the chisel? Fortunately, he entrusts both of his father's care. Which means that Chairman Winter is the only person who knows where they are. Chairman Winter? But why would he... We're not quite sure the specifics just yet. But we do know that Chairman Winter and Warden the Guard have some sort of connection they'd rather others didn't know about. Gotcha. Alright, guess the next move will be to get Excelsius Winter on the stand. Best to hear the deets from the proverbial horse's mouth, right? I'll keep looking for the missing evidence. And for Sean. Well, shake a leg, will you, big guy? Can't keep this one going on the judges much longer. We're in Josh Whisker a verdict here. Understood. I wonder how long Judge Cabell's nerve can hold. This can't be easy for her. We need to hurry. How are things over at the courtroom of doom? They're going to call Chairman Winter to the stand. Who knows how that will go for them. Yeah, he's already stupid as evidence stealing and kidnapping. What else is there capable of? Exactly. Perhaps he should look over any evidence that's related to him just to give him help. Good idea. Alright, leave it to me. Presenting a hot new piece of information, starting fresh from the evidence oven. The flash from the garage? Yeah, I was thinking about those. Anything else? What about the case found from the ISO incident? Chairman Winter was involved in that, right? Yes, he helped suppress the evidence. It's probably a good idea to have those notes on hand. Excellent. And do we have anything else? We sure do. Last but far not least, there's this. You got a Garasa pen? Okay. I asked for evidence relating to Chairman Winter. Can you please try and take this seriously? Says the guy who spends his life presenting people with evidence that has nothing to do with anything. That's different. Wait, that's Eustace? Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Wow! Rude. He totally ignored me. What was he doing in the big building, I wonder? Let's go inside and see if we can figure out what he was up to. Yes, good idea. Huh? The hatch is wide open. Maybe Eustace opened it. Did Eustace really come down here? Mr. Edgeworth, look! The safe! It's open! I guess maybe he did come down here. Guess we better take a closer look. There's some left in the safe. I think we better take a look, don't you? The owner will just have to forget about praying. Is this document of some kind? Let's see. Yeah, a document. And there's a photo attached to it. Hmm? This picture. It's of... Whoa, that's Mr. Knight, right? The name's Brockwood Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard. Why is there a picture of him in here? And what's his paperwork about? I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. You were right, darling. There's some sort of connection between Knight and Candace. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Candace placed his silly correspondent chess games with. Well, now we know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow. And I'll make that Worm admit that he's kind of as lucky if it's the last thing I do. So you do your bit too and retrieve the package relayed to Rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. It seems to be some sort of report on Knight. Yeah, and it must be from right around the time he was killed. You know that Knight was killed while being interrogated by the prison's warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document is written by Fifi Lavar, don't you? I'd say so. But who was it written for? Oh, I guess whoever owns the safe? And I say that's likely to be the auctioneer, Excelsior's winner himself. Proof that they really did know each other. Indeed. And not only that, it proves another connection. Huh? Lagarde and Winner were trying to flush out Mr. Hakanis' henchman. Oh, you mean Bokihan Hakanis, right? An assassin guy with a soft spot for dogs? Yes, something linked to the three of them. Something they don't want anyone to know. But what? I don't know yet, but I suspect it has something to do with this case. Wait, there's something else in here we're received for. There's something on his finger. Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a ring, and it's Spencer looking one of that. Don't even think about it, Kay. What? I didn't say anything. Wow, Mr. Knight. Your chest set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place. So basically the thing was full of evidence from the murder of the prison? It would seem so. Which means the missing knife and chisel must be in here too. Knife, chisel. No dice. There's nothing else in here but a part of Mr. Knight's stuff. Really? Curses. Knight. Maybe dead. Curse you, Edgeworth. Our game isn't over yet. But he left unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. Could I just use chewing some kind of candy, perhaps? Uh-oh. I have ice cream too, but if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan. You? The killer! It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth. But what are you doing here? It's just as I said, I'm selling cotton candy. And I'm really not interested in some parting clouds, it's called. Very upbeat. Sweeter than death itself. It's so delicious you'll feel the departing of the clouds that route to heaven. He's the last person I heard I accept candy from. I was hoping to ask you about my little message. Do you manage to figure it out yet? Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been resolved, can you? Have you been watching us this whole time? Watching you? No, I prefer to think I've been watching over you. The stand here really is a most marvelous little vantage point. How are two things any different? What does he want with us? The president's murder. Was that you? Oh no, my contract lapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins, you know. The man no one could kill, notorious and stubborn despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body doubles, you name it. It certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe. Sadly this time, his bodyguards were nowhere to be found. And after Mr. Rook died to save him too. As I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. Which is something else I have been grateful for Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention. Thanks to? What does that mean? The person who hired me deliberately misled me to identify my target. The betrayal of trust of which I will soon forgive him. Which is why I'm currently doing all I can to track him down. And do you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person. Is he talking about whoever it is that killed the president? And who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, come now, I can't tell you that. It's against the rules. And really, the identity of the client is out of the question. I hardly stay in business long if people couldn't trust me now, would I? But it doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up to them in my free time. And what are you going to do when you find them? Why, dish out a little justice for a betrayal I suffered, of course. What? What are you saying? That's going to happen to them? I think you can imagine. Well, this hasn't exactly been a pleasant catch-up. But I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you ought to know. Our mutual friend Bonihana Canis, he escaped 3 days ago. What? Three nights ago, to be precise, his cell was suddenly simply empty. Almost as if he knew I was going to pay him a visit. Wait, the killer went to visit Canis in prison? Does that mean he's the person the killer was looking for? Now I better not take up any more of your time. We'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure. Let's both keep up good work, shall we? We'll run our targets as ground to the end. First the killer, now Canis. 2 assassins on the loose. Huh? The sound. Mr. Edgeworth, it's just Cavell's phone. Could it have been Sean? How's it going, Miles? Whoever this is using the voice changer. Who is this? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat? You're the one who abducted Kay. Bingo! Well figured out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. I can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry, where's the speakerphone button? I was as surprised as anyone when she lost her memory like that. Talk about a curveball. Hey, I was sitting right here, you know. But never mind all that. I called to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winter kill Little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? This must be the person the killer was talking about. I also called to say thank you. I neither want or need your thanks. Sure, but you deserve them anyway. Guess the penny didn't drop yet, huh? You're right, I abducted Kay, as you put it. But why would I do that? Right, because I needed you to help me make sure that Winter got caught. No. If Kay was a suspect, you had to look into it. And if you look into it, you'll be sure to unmask him eventually. After all, you're a genius, right? Everything worked out exactly as I planned. Oh, but there's something else you should know. Something you didn't figure out yet. It wasn't Winter who kidnapped Judge Cavell's boy. You. How did you know about that? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? She's pretty pally to me. How did they possibly know about that? She didn't even use her real name when she visited. She pretended to be Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, you want to know how I knew about the kidnapping? That one's nice and simple, at least. Because sweet, innocent little Sean is here with me right now. What? No! Oh, sounds like this one's a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. Well, okay, what do you say? Why don't you come steal him back like you said you would? You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, won't you? They even know about that? How can they possibly know so much? Oh, don't get the wrong idea about dear old Excelsius, by the way. Papa Winter still a villain through and through. He wanted to kidnap Sean. I just got there first. So there were 2 kidnapping plots? Oh, what a bunch of clowns. His goons kidnapped his own son by mistake. Is Sean really there with you? Prove it. Put him on the phone. Oh, he's here. But I'm afraid I can't do that. He's sleeping. So sweet. Then why should we believe you? You might not be the kidnapper at all. Look, if you don't want to believe me, that's up to you. What do you want? What's the end game here? Are you just trying to get Lugard acquainted? Nope. I couldn't care less about whether they find her guilty or not. So whoever it is, they're not after the same thing as Chairman Winter. My endgame is going to have to stay a secret for now. Alright, nice talking to you. You kids have fun, okay? Don't think for a second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry, I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice as highly likely. Who was that? I wish I knew, but they didn't give us enough to figure that out. Deliberately, I imagine. What? So we had nothing to go on? That's not fair, they shouldn't know a whole lot of us. Maybe they did. You're right. It wasn't uncanny how much they seemed to know. How is it possible that they were party so much that happened in private? Right, they knew everything about the whole kidnapping situation too. We need to figure out how. Where were they getting their information from? Let's consider this carefully. Whatever things you knew, you and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even become friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasa's first commission to be a failure, would you? Do you even know about that? Oh, sounds like that one's a real surprise. Ah, if only I could see their praises. That's it. Based on the specific they mentioned, there's only one possible answer. I've got it, Kay. I know how they know. Huh? Really? Whoever it was, they must have been able to listen and hear us somehow, and the only possible answer. What? Like they were eavesdropping on us? Think about what the kidnapper said. Oh, sounds like that one's a real surprise. Oh, if only I could see your faces. If only I could see your faces. That means they couldn't. So they weren't listening, filming, or following us. Okay, so what? They hit a bug somewhere? Let me take a look at the stuff in my bag. Where could they have concealed it? We need to go back to when they said it again. Yes, they somehow knew about something they shouldn't have. Judge Cabell's impromptu visit and our conversation in the visitor's room. Judge Cabell! Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What evidence do I have on my person, Popcorn? The bug must have been hidden here.
Take that!
Okay, can I take a closer look at your badge? The Yatagarasa pin? No, it's mine. What? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth? Sure, you're a great thief's assistant now. But that doesn't mean you get to wear a pin right away. You have to earn it. I didn't want to wear it. I just want to check out for bugs. Huh? This whole thing? Let's take a look, shall we? Huh? Wow. So I was right. How did you know? Whoever it is we're dealing with, they came into close contact with you recently. When they knocked me unconscious, you mean? Precisely, which means we think that the bug must have been on one of your possessions. But they also overheard my conversation with Judge Cabell when she visited me. Something that would have been impossible if I didn't have a bug on my person at the time. I get it. So they brought back what they need to keep you holding when they lock you up. Yes, all the keys everyone was carrying have been confiscated. Meaning the only thing that could possibly have been was your pin. So they were listening to us this whole time, and they heard everything we said? I suspect so. Everything to do with this case and more. Wait, they're probably listening to what we're saying right now. It may well be, yes. Hey, jerkface! KK? Eavesdropping coward, why don't you come out and show yourself? Huh? What was that sound? Ow, 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 ouch, dang it! Huh? Oh look, it's Shabby! Y'all sure know how to surprise a gal! You gotta shout out loud without a word of warning? You mean jump halfway out of my skin? Sorry. Let's call it so oratory somehow. Get a load of this. Seriously, I'll make your blood boil. It will, huh? I'm all ears. I wonder if we might be able to keep it ourselves, okay? Assuming we don't want to be all over the front page of tomorrow's newspaper, that is. Oh, thanks. Nearly walk into that. Oh, come on, y'all no fun at all. I was counting on you opening up and spilling the beans all over here this plaza. I better switch off the bug before I forget. So, Joe, did you find their kidnapping kitty? Oh, speaking of which, that child you saw being taken away. Wasn't this boy in the photograph? Huh? No, that ain't him. The kid I saw looked dumber in mud, even if he did have some sort of fancy school uniform. No prizes for guessing who she means. So Miss Lloyd managed to confuse matters once again. I think we better take another look around. Back to square one. Hopefully we'll turn up some new information soon. There's only 20 minutes left until 2? Are we going to make it in time? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, I just had a thought. It's about that phone call. There was a weird noise in the background, right? It was? Don't think for one second you get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. It'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Wait, she's right. I did hear a lot of banging in the air. Could that possibly hint at the kinetic location? A lot of bang to say. I see. Yeah, will you stop e-shopping? Well, you never get any cuddly, do you, Ruffles? I guess I'll need to speak with Miss Lloyd too, much as I don't want to. How about that? A little help for little me, and y'all make a giant leap closer to solving the case. Closer? Sure, by closer I mean I'm not going by completely wrong kidnapping victim. She must have barely looked at the photo at all. Oh, really? Here, I thought I'd given y'all a tip of the country. My bad. Not your fault. It's ours for putting our trust in unreliable sources. We'll just keep learning not to do that again. Hey, that ain't nice. I don't gotta give y'all no tips at all, you know, and I won't. I'm not gonna be like that. Alright, fine. Maybe just this one. But only because I got a real scoop for y'all this time. A real scoop? This should be good. Fine. I'm not expecting much, but you got my attention. What is this scoop of yours? Proof that's what? Proof that Taurus really is real. Alright, okay, we're leaving. Wait! I ain't lying, I swear. It's hard to believe, but it's true. We don't have time for this. But we also don't have much else to go on, I suppose. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something in your tape recorder, perhaps? Ooh, too good, Ruffle. Sharper than a goddamn check. I captured the sound of a big, fisty, running sword is what I captured. I was hoping for something a little better than that. Hey, don't make that face, dang it. I ain't lying. Listen to yourself and tell me the truth. Alright, ready? It's fire breathing time, dang nabbit. There. Well, kinda hard to tell when there's no shouting, but it could have been something breathing fire, maybe? You tell me, Miss Lloyd, do you see this fire breathing something with your own eyes? Well, not exactly with my eyes as such, being as how I wasn't precisely close to when it happened. Surely the real power source would be pretty hard to miss no matter how far away you were standing. Well, see, I was far away, but also recording via what you might call a non-standard means. Would you mind explaining what you mean by that? I really dug myself a hole here. See, I could have rigged me up a bunch of wire expecting hoping to a little more scoop detective. That's so sad. We're insect. Not an insect, hey. It's an intercept, so listening out of radio signals. It would allow her to listen on any nearby transmission. Me and the chief would have checked down a big building sniffing around these last couple days. We'll get back to Miss Hart's tip about the underground auction, I assume. Which would mean that you've been listening to all the radio signals in the area too? Sure have, which is how I wound up hearing the most thunderous ear-splitting noise you ever did hear. Pounding a feast, electricity in the air, that was it, Taurosaurus at last. You made up everything except the roaring sound, did you? The long and short of it is that you didn't actually see anything, correct? Hey, I don't need to see anything, I'm a writer, you hear? Anyhow, I kept listening until down the line go. A year past the bus, holler fit if you can. Hey, shopping Carl, why didn't come and show yourself? Huh? What was that sound? Hey, I apologize for that. I'm sure Kate didn't mean to bowl you over with a little outburst. I assume it wasn't shocking as it was because you didn't hear it directly. It came from your headphones so you were listening to the signal from the bug, didn't it? What? Are you saying she planted it? Hey, come on now. I ain't into no bugging, just a little lightheaded introspection is all. Would you mind if we borrow the tape of what you recorded, Miss Lloyd? Ah, do what you dang well, please. Well, Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Saint, Miss Barry. How's the search going? Did you find him? Not yet. Poor Sean. Sean? Oh, nothing. Just a slip of the tongue. I guess I still don't know about the kidnapping. We didn't manage to find Eustace, yes. You did? That's great. Thanks so much. Now maybe they won't arrest me again. You're amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. How did you find Prosecutor Winter? Some series of investigating magic, that's how. It was pure luck, actually, but never mind. You didn't even need our help, huh? Not true. There's not much for joining in and search. Where did you look, by the way? Well, this place is a little way away called Sunshine Coliseum. Do you know it? Sunshine Coliseum? That's over by the harbor. There was a whole bunch of people there for a big event. We thought it might be worth a look. You mean like a festival? Ooh, that sounds fun. Wish I could have gone and check it out. Oh yeah, it was super fun. There were food stands and fireworks. Steven didn't like the crowds much, but... Hey, you don't have to tell him that. Alright, it's decided. When this case is finally over, we're all going to the festival together. It's kind of lucky you found Prosecutor Winter so quickly. Lucky? In what way? We have to go practice soon for the show. We won't have to be able to help much for it's long anyway. I see. I'm sorry to help you keep up your duties with the circus. Oh no, it's nothing to worry about really. We're just glad to help. I'll do everything I can to help if it helps to make sure they don't arrest me again. You really helped me out by finding him. I'm so relieved. Of course, just because they found him doesn't mean they'll find word of the guard guilty. What? You mean they might still throw me back in jail? No, I can't go back, I can't! Come on, Kay. Do you really have to torment this poor boy? And you know my friends went out looking. You beat us to it, no fair. We're friends. I guess humans are animals. Today's the first public performance of your new show, correct? Yep, it sure is. We practiced so hard for this one. We? So Mr. Singh will perform too? Of course! You practice harder than anybody, even if you did spend a whole time saying no. You went up to the balloon and spread the word about the sky. So you have to come and see him perform, okay? It will mean so much to him. Of course, assuming we can solve this case before then. Did you say you elicited help with the animals research? Yep! And he had been asked something again and we found something. But seeing me the big scare cat was, oh no, I put a stop to that. It was so boring. If it wasn't for Mr. Singh, the whole town would probably be in uproar right now. Oh, come on, Simi, why do you have to do that? Seeing the whole circus lose in the city would be super fun. I'm sorry to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Why are you apologizing to me? I'm the one person who didn't say anything. Stop, Gummy! Why are you running away from us? Detective Gumshoe, when you gave up your badge, sir, I didn't know what to do with myself. You stay where you are, Detective. So I thought, if you weren't going to be a prosecutor anymore, then maybe I shouldn't be a detective either. But I was wrong. Even if you're not around, I'll always be a detective. My job will always be to investigating crimes. But us detectives don't just investigate and prosecutors ask us to. We have to be able to look into stuff ourselves too. Is that what you were doing just now? And back then too. You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation for help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. So Gumshoe did that? So Rosie Reiner's autopsy report. When I went out to the detective center to see how Kay was doing, When you get on my level, you don't uncover the truth. You make it little by little. Kay Faraday, murderer. That's the truth. The truth I create. Ugh. Yes, my boy, that's what I'd like to see. You overheard that? Yeah, when I went back to look over the evidence. Dug out a little something I thought might help. No way, Gummy, you're the best! I'll be in prison right now if it wasn't for you. My pleasure, kid. Good to see you got your memory back, by the way. Thanks. So anyway, like I said, I'm investigating stuff for myself these days, and that's that. Wait, Gummy, don't run off again! We get it, you can look at stuff yourself now, that's great. And it helped me, right when I needed it the most. But right now, we need you to work with us. I'm no longer a prosecutor or indeed of anything, but we're investigating the case regardless. And I ask you not this as a prosecutor, but as a friend. Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? Oh, stop it, sir. You're killing me here. Come on, Gummy. Alright, I'll do it. Just stop bowing and be nice to me, okay? It's weird. Yummy! Thank you, Detective. So, what do you need? Can you tell us what you discovered in the course of your investigations, Detective? Yes, sir. Sure I can. Alright, so I got 3 big things to tell you. Here goes. Number 1, I got some results for you when the forensics looked at case closed. They found traces of what looked like to be a powerful sedative. Friend as in 3 Z's. So I guess that's where she was drugged at Fort Lake before she was taken to the roof of the big building. Sure seems that way. Now for number 2, I got hold of this footage from the security camera in front of the big building elevator. Camera to capture President Wang and Judge Gravel that night. The elevator is usually the only way to getting up to the roof, right? And therefore anyone using it should have been caught on camera. That's right. So way back to 2 nights ago. What should it be able to see Kate being carried up there while she was out cold? And did you spot me coming? I watched it all fast forward, everything from 2 days ago until the end. Yes, and nothing. No sign of Kay anywhere. I thought it was too good to be true. So how did the kidnapper get her up there? I think we need to look into that in a little more detail. So what's the last item of your list? Yes, sir! This is the big one. The third thing I have to tell you is, it's great to be working with you again. I'll have you catch this purpose the last thing I do, and that's about wraps it up. I put you through a lot, Detective. But that doesn't mean I can start going easy on you. That's a big one, as you put it. It doesn't even have to do with the case. Or for something of practical use. Oof, no mercy, huh? Guess I shouldn't have expected any less. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. The boy has been kidnapped. We need your help finding him. Kidnapped? Yes, his name is Sean Fenn. Oh wait, the kid with the horns? You know him? I saw him earlier today. You mean this morning? Yeah, he goes off of that bus over there. And then he walked off towards the garbage disposal area. Where's that? Just over there. It's where all the office of the big building put the trash in before it gets taken away. Where he came after that, I couldn't tell you. I had to leave right around then. I think we better take a closer look at this garbage disposal area. So Sean walked off in this direction, huh? It would seem so, yes. So perhaps we'll find some clues here at the current whereabouts. So they keep a locked up type, huh? I guess they don't want non-residents disposing their trash here. It's totally empty. Yes, because the garbage was just collected. You think? Or did somebody steal it all? I smell a crime here, Mr. Edgeworth. It certainly smells something as well. But it's really the scent of crime. This milk carton. That's the same brand Sean drinks. Something happened to him here. It's almost certain of it. The trash is collected at 11 AM. Guess that's why the enclosure is empty. There was a ton of stuff here earlier, big stuff too. They never figured out to take the big stuff away. Yeah, sure looks that way. But the big squisher machine squished it all in good somehow. They don't do that with the larger items. They just take them away as they are. They do, huh? I didn't even know that, sir. Wait, Mr. Fender's pretty keen on you to join him, right? I bet he sent you some kind of pamphlet is how you throw your stuff away and go to the office. We spoke to enlighten some things, Kay, but only sometimes. Based on what we have seen and what the gumshoe told us, I think there's a strong possibility that Sean was abducted from the garbage disposal area. Yeah, that kind of the way was probably nice, huh? But why would Sean even come here in the first place? I imagine he must have something to dispose of. The truck's already come and gone. Guess we'll never know what that something was now. Only 2 vehicles came through here this morning, the taxi and the blue truck. But Eustace was taken away in a taxi. Right, but it seems like Sean was likely to be abducted in the garbage disposal area. If the garbage is collected at 11 AM... Oh, I get it. Now we know what kind of truck it was. Indeed, it must have been the garbage truck. But the police officer told us about it didn't describe it as such. He only mentioned the fact that it was blue. Some cop he was. How did he not even notice it was one of those cool trash squishing machines? Because it wasn't. Today wasn't a regular garbage day. It was a day to collect larger items. For which they wouldn't use a specialized garbage truck. It was just a regular truck of any kind. But it wasn't a garbage truck nonetheless. But where did the garbage trucks go? To the dump, right? Wait a sec. So you're saying the kidnapper disguised itself as a trash collector? And then the truck would possibly have been a fake too, right? Then he didn't go to the dump. No. It's realistically sure that the garbage truck was real. Yeah? How did you figure that? I know, look at the garbage disposal area should tell us. What tells the garbage truck would have been real?
Take that!
The garbage disposal area is kept locked. Oh yeah, so only the real garbage collector and the real garbage truck could have opened it. Precisely. The garbage truck can't have been a fake. Perhaps whoever abducted Sean to put him in a large cardboard box and they prepared for the job. Not to fix him all the oversized items, then the garbage collector would have taken away no questions asked. Exactly, allowing the kidnapper to wait the truck's arrival at the garbage disposal area. They could have taken a chain and have thrown the box away by mistake and collected without incident. Alright, so where do they take the garbage after it leaves here? Let's see. Looks like we have 2 possibilities. But which of the garbage processing facilities was Sean taken to? Have they found anything that might serve as a clue? Mr. Saint, you mentioned fireworks before. Huh? Fireworks? Yeah, at the event at the Coliseum. Were they setting them up during the daylight hours? Well, yeah, a bunch went up when we were there. What are you thinking, Mr. Edgeworth? The loud bang we heard. It was the sound of fire. Was that the sound of firework? Huh? Don't think for 1 second you get away with this. Oh, don't worry, I'm counting on you to at least try to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Your brain to be clearly audible over the telephone, it must have been pretty loud. Which means fireworks, which means the Coliseum, so the kidnapper was near there, right? But how near? If the fireworks were that loud, you could have possibly heard them from pretty far away. Yes, the area we need to search would be too broad to even consider doing it ourselves. But if the police were to lend a hand... So based on the loud bang we've heard from the phone call, we know that the kidnapper was somewhere in the vicinity of the Sunshine Coliseum. And one of these garbage facilities is right in there too. I think it's likely that's where Sean was taken, which means the kidnapper must be holding him somewhere near there. Is it the gumshoe? Yes, sir? Could I ask you and your men to search the area around the garbage facility? It's not like you to ask, sir. Feels a little flat if I'm totally being honest. Why don't you give me a good old-fashioned order, huh? Like you used to? You don't mind? Even though I'm not a prosecutor anymore? I thought I told you already. A detective investigates for himself, not just for prosecutors. Thank you. Stretcher, we're almost out of time. You're right, we need to hurry. I doubt Jessica and the others can hold out much longer. I'm counting on you, said the gumshoe. I won't let you down, sir. There will be an official search. I'll put my best guys on it, you can count on that. I'm coming too, Gummy. I promise I stand strong in the toss of danger. That's how I'm going to do. I'll head back to the courthouse. Who knows? I may be able to direct proceedings out just a little longer. Right, with me, everybody. In the depths of night. Gah, it's already striking 2. There isn't a moment to lose. Yes, sir. But I didn't finish. When no other birds take to dare to take flight. Well, if it's our dear old friend, ex-prosecutor Edgeworth. Hello, dear boy. Celsius Winter. The accused will turn to face the prosecution. I am not done with you yet. I already told you, Francisca. Doesn't make sense. Why will I help her? I feel for her, of course. A woman in her pride sent to prison. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But I suppressed evidence in order to keep her out of the jail cell. No, that's preposterous.
Objection!
But I have statement from your own son. You entrusted the evidence into your care. I'm afraid I don't know what he is talking about. Or why he says such a thing. I don't know what's gotten into him lately.
Objection!
What if I could prove you and Warren and the guard were much more closely associated than you claim? Sorry, true. I think we've been over this, dear boy. You're an ex-prosecutor, remember? Are you even allowed in this part of this courtroom anymore? Miles Edgeworth, I'm the prosecutor in this case. What do you think you brought it here like this? I'm sorry, Francisca, but it's important. May I speak on behalf of the prosecutor just briefly? What are you doing? Judge Cavell, I come here before the court with important new evidence. I ask that you allow me to present it. Have you lost your mind, dear boy? There's no way this could be allowed.
Objection!
Well, the defense hopes you let him, G. I'm just saying. What's the thinking over the prosecution side over there, friend Dangle? Fine. The prosecution has no objections.
Objection!
Your objections are neither here or there. This isn't a democracy. It's a courtroom. And this is a fragrant concept rap. Isn't that right, Verity? No. As long as Sean's still missing, she'll feel she has no choice but to go along with whatever Winter wants. If only there was some way to telling her there might be fun in the moment. Judge Gravel, I would only ask this, that you trust in me and my assistant just this once. Speaking of which, where is Kay Fair today? She's currently searching for the most important piece of evidence of all.
Objection!
Nonsense, there's no more evidence to be found. They're just stalling for more time.
Objection!
The most important piece of evidence at all? Hey, gee. I don't know what this evidence is, but maybe we should trust our Miles' little pal. What do you say? I mean, I say little pal, but she's way more than that. She's one of the great Yatagarasu. Seems Fender has said what I'm getting at least. Judge Cavell, the evidence I'm talking about, we're almost certain we know where it is. Kate is only moments away from snatching it in the jaws of danger. Very well. This is a highly irregular, but I will allow it. You have my thanks. Have we all got completely mad? You say you have important new evidence? Evidence of what exactly? Just as I said, that Warden Lagarde and Chairman Winter are far better acquainted than he claims. Allow me to present it to you. There proves between link between Celsius Winter and Fifi Lagarde.
Take that!
This document is a report regarding the interrogation of a certain someone. Oh yeah? And who might that be? The late Mr. Bronco Knight. And the interrogation was carried out by none other than the Warden Lagarde. Wait, is that where the interrogation were? Yes, where Knight was killed. This document shows Warden Lagarde planning an interrogation in which Mr. Knight was murdered. This is indeed vital evidence.
Objection!
Miles Edgeworth, you've referred to the document in question as a report. Would you care to elaborate to whom was this report addressed? Very good question, Ms. Von Karma. The answer is the most important new revelation of all. We recovered this document in a safe in the storage room on the 51st floor of the big building. That's storage room with a lot of underground auction was kept. It is. An auction where you recall that was presided over by one Excelsius winner. And that is whom I report the question was addressed. Do you still mean to insist that you and Warden Logar barely knew one another? I'll refrain from commenting on that matter for the moment, if you don't mind. What? I don't believe I've been constantly proven that I was auctioneer yet, hasn't it? Hey, have you forgotten the events of the morning already? I think I proved them more than adequately. I'll admit defeat in that particular arena, yes, but that was not in the courtroom. Can you prove the same thing here, my boy? That I was the ringleader, as you call it? If you can't, then well, you certainly can't prove the report was addressed to me. You won't wiggle your way out of this one. So unfair. Tell him, Verity, please. I'm not being slippery at all. I'm being entirely reasonable, wouldn't you say? Unlike you, who weren't permitting Mr. Edgeworth this bizarre intrusion, that was most unlikely. It's saddening, truly it is, to see you're falling in your sacred duty to the law. Almost saddening enough to make me want to take drastic measures. You're right, of course. Until the fact that I adequately proven in the courtroom, it cannot be considered a fact. I am afraid I have no choice but to ask that Mr. Edgeworth's theory be struck from the record. It's no good. She has to know for certain that Sean is safe. I'm sorry, my boy, but what counts as truth out of the field and in the courtroom are two different things. You're more than willing to bend the truth of the courtroom, is that what you're saying? Oh, you're scrumptious soul. I do no such thing. I'll simply accept the court's verdict as the truth, should it choose to acquit me, as should you. If we can't find the missing evidence, we're in trouble here. Well, Verity, I think we heard about it all we need to, don't you? There's no way that evidence is turning up, ever. Acquit not guilty and all, we can all go home.
Objection!
Who said that? Dad! Eustace. What are you doing here? Mr. Winter, what is the meaning of this? Where have you been? You can't just abandon your duties like that. I'm sorry. You're unfit to be a prosecutor. You're a complete and utter disgrace. Why, Eustace? Why can't you just get into your head? This is no place for an incompetent fool like you. Dad, I brought some vital evidence. So, can I please, take my place at the prosecutor's bench? Pretty please? Well, Eustace, this is certainly a surprise.
Objection!
Eustace, my boy, what's gone into you? There's something different about you. What's going on? Dad, Come on, my boy. Spit it out. What is it? Do you want Daddy to come play catch with you? That's it, isn't it? Alright. Why don't you run along home and I'll be with you soon? Get back from the stand right now! What's coming to you, child? You're shaking like a leaf.
Objection!
Judge Cabell, the prosecutor in charge has arrived along with important new evidence. This trial is far from over. Surely you can't call the end to the proceeding just yet. No objections from Team Defense. Only wish we could have the original Team Captain say that herself, though. The prosecution has no objections either. You think this farce is going on to continue? There's no chance of that. None at all. Isn't that right, Verity? He still thinks he's as successful as bit at kidnapping Sean, but we know different. Sadly, as long as the boy remains missing, nothing changes. Judge Cabell's hands is still tied. That sound. That's her cell phone. Huh? Mine is also ringing. Whoa, I'm getting the call too. Mr. Edgeworth. Defender! We found Sean! We found Sean! Detective, you did it! The most important piece of evidence of all, huh? That's some stellar work, your great thiefness. Thanks. We just thought you should know right away. See you all soon. Judge Cabell, this is for you. Hello? Yes, I understand. So glad you're safe. Be sure to thank everybody properly. You do that for me, won't you? Alright, be careful. I'll see you back at home. The proceedings will continue. I feel a certain freedom returning to my hammer arm. No, how? Is this some idiotic joke? It is no such thing. The witness will return to the stand. Mr. Winter will step up at the prosecutor's bench. Yes, ma'am. Eustace Winter? Yeah? I leave matters in your own hands. Huh? Facing down your own father. This won't be easy. I'll be looking on with interest. Don't disappoint me. Very well. Is the prosecutor ready to proceed? Mr. Winter, you mentioned some evidence that you wish to present to the court? Yeah, so, the knife and the chisel. Whoa, you tracked down the missing murder magics? Well, Mr. Winter, did you? About that, no. I couldn't find them. I searched everywhere, but I was too late. Too late? How so? I remember something. I saw Dad in the garage this morning. He was carrying something wrapped in newspaper. Where are you going, Dad? Oh, Eustace. I was just on my way to throw out some trash. And then I heard this tinking sound. Tinking, huh? Let me guess. The bell from Mr. Candace's chisel. You mean to tell the court that you believe the witness disposed of the evidence? I tried my best, but I was too late. I'm sorry. You say you looked everywhere. Everywhere where? Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump. I got down to my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. I figured that stuff had to be there somewhere. Wait, that's Eustace? Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Wow! Rude, he totally ignored me. So that's what he was doing. And he even went so far as to search the dump. But all I found was this. And this is a little pundit of something? Yeah, and you're a little on the right side yourself, kiddo. I can smell you from here. What do you expect? And the knife? It's probably somewhere among all the trash. There's too much to go through on my own. Very well. The court will accept the side and you have presented two evidence. You really have outdone yourself, Eustace. You never fail to disappoint, dear boy. You dug through rotting garbage with your bare hands and that's all you have to show for it? Yeah. Oh, you dug into tears. Really, you do.
Objection!
Might be a little too soon to turn on your waterworks just yet, Dad. Let's take a closer look first. If you wish to waste your time, be my guest. Hey, Eustace, Miles, do this desperately handsome old defense attorney a favor, will you? Hit this guy full in the face with the truth. So, I've seen Spencer's on board. Good. Now let's see what we can find and open. Mr. Winter, will you show me the piece of evidence you found? Sure. Let's open it up, shall we? I can only hope there's something of value inside. Could this be the belt that was on Mr. Kainis' chisel? Perhaps there's some trace evidence that could prove one way or another. It's no good. Look at it. It's spotless. Well, Mr. Winner? Do tell, was there anything interesting inside the little scrap of paper? Of course there wasn't. Why would there be? Why hasn't even accepted it as evidence? It's literally a piece of trash. Sorry, gentlemen, but the truth hurts. With useless effort for nothing? It's true the bell may not be much use as evidence. Nonetheless. Come on, Edgeworth, we can't give up yet. It's calm and collected as ever, I see. Miles. Not like my poor idiot son there. Are we to assume that the prosecution has nothing more to say on the matter? Very well.
Objection!
Not so fast, Cavell. We're not done yet. There's one thing I still haven't looked at properly. Really, my boy? You want to believe there's more? Desperation is never a good look, you know. It seems Houston isn't quite ready to give up just yet. And for once, I think we're both thinking the same thing. Namely, that we might not necessarily be dealing with a useless piece of trash. We can't know for sure without looking more closely, but if I'm right, we're talking about... I'm talking about the piece of newspaper the bell was wrapped in. Since we really are thinking the same thing. Ha! It's beautiful, really it is. Tear-jerkingly so. Some might call it heroic optimism. Some might call it a clutching at straws. But whatever one calls it, to put one's faith in the worthless piece of garbage, that takes brief. Let's take a closer look and see if it is worthless, as you say, shall we? Eustace, if you'd be so kind. Are these finger marks? And look, it's covered in some sort of oil. Judge Cavell, I'd like to have it examined for fingerprints. Could I request that you call in somebody for forensics? Very well. Summon the technician right away. Out of the results, Your Honor, it's been confirmed that these are finger marks. Unfortunately, it looks like they were made by somebody wearing gloves. No! Oh dear, well that doesn't give you any much in the way of evidence, doesn't it? But I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. After all, this was important evidence. And what kind of idiot would handle something like that without gloves on? Oh, that's right. The kind that would frail about desperately like you, my boy. Wow, way to talk to your kid, Super Dad. I'm merely calling a spade, or in this case an idiot, an idiot. Real winners know how to keep their emotions out of things. And take no pity on the weak and the foolish, including their own infected offspring. Dad! You spent the last who knows how long proclaiming yourself to be a prize-winning prosecutor. Thanks to my little pep talk this morning, you finally know exactly how those prizes were won. It was all thanks to me. Thanks to the power I wield. You never stood your own 2 feet. You've always been coddled. First by me, then by Verity. Dad! Oh, dry your garbage-smelling tears. Garbage-smelling? Not that it essentially suits you. Even if it does make me turn up my nose in disgust.
Objection!
No, you're wrong. I am, my boy. Wrong about what? I'm not the one that smells. You are! What did you say? Yeah, you smell, and you don't even realize it. You couldn't hide it even if you wanted to. Edgeworth, take a sniff, right there where the finger marks are. You want me to smell it? Is that oil? Yep, and I know where it came from. Wait, I know it from somewhere too. It smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winter Senior must be something of a motorhead. That odor tells us something important. It tells us exactly who threw this piece of evidence away. But I guess my dad's right. I guess I'll never be a real winner. I'll never be able to keep my emotions out of things. And I'll never be able to stand up to him no matter what he's done. Eustace. Be strong, Eustace. Remember what you told me. You said you were going to be different from your father, a different kind of prosecutor. And you are a prosecutor. We both are. That's why we're standing here in this courtroom. A prosecutor's highest responsibility is to the truth, to see what comes to light no matter what. We expose crimes and we see that their perpetrators are punished, no matter who they may be. So you truly need to continue as a prosecutor? You know what you have to do. I made you a promise. I said that if you could summon the courage to find your feet again, I'll help you. This isn't something you should have done alone. I'm here. I'm right beside you. Thanks, Edgeworth. You're right! Those finger bars tied to my death with this crime. We just need to show everybody how!
Take that!
The smell you point out to me, Eustace, is the smell of engine oil, isn't it? Motorcycle oil, even? Yep, and we both smelled it before the same place. Yes, the Chairman Winter's garage. What's more, these finger marks feature some distinctive patterns, don't they? The outlines of these letters, D, E, A, T, and H. The same letters that repeat on the fingers of these gloves.
Objection!
Gloves can be bought in any store. How about, what does that prove anything, dear boy? How indeed? That's not the only thing that connects your gloves to the piece of newspaper we found. Let's take a look at the scrap of paper that's wrapped in. In comparison to the gloves we found in the Chairman Winter's garage, there's a feature that underline connects the two.
Take that!
Look at the letter A on the finger. Half of it is missing. Exactly how it is in the printed newspaper. What? I would also like to draw the court's attention to the dirt that the gloves are covered in. I think they might be worth having its composure compared to that of the dirt of the newspaper. A match would make even stronger evidence that the print was made by Chairman Winter's gloves. Officer, have the dirt of these two pieces of evidence compared right away.
Curse you, Edgeworth and you, Eustace. Who do you think you are? You're nothing but mere prosecutors.
Sorry, Dad. I think it's time you admitted defeat. You suppressed vital evidence, and we just proved that in the court of law. And you did it to try to protect the defendant.
What? Do you think you're going to be able to make that stick? You think you'll send me to prison? Me? You think you'll be the one to finally take me down? You're a fool, child. A fool.
Objection!
Just give it up, Dad. Admit what you did.
Objection!
You think you'll stand a chance without me around? You won't last 5 minutes.
You know what? I think I might be okay. All I ever wanted was to become a prosecutor, to make you proud. But after your man kidnapped me, and I was lying there in the dark on my own, I got to thinking how powerless I was all of this because of you. I almost gave up. I almost lost sight of the truth. But then Edgeworth appeared out of nowhere and showed me the way forward. I don't need your approval anymore. I don't need you. After all, I found that evidence on my own, didn't I? My man kidnapped you?
What are you talking about?
Objection!
I guess the courtroom is a good place as any to tell the truth, Dad.
Be careful what you say to me, boy. You may live to regret it. You're a fool, Eustace, and you always will be.
I know you hated me for as long as I can remember, but I want you to know that despite it all, I've always looked up to you as my dad. Thanks for everything, Excelsius. And goodbye.
You! When did you? You need me, dang it! You can't possibly survive without me. Eustace!
The court hereby accepts the vital evidence in the case and suppressed it by Chairman Winter. That crime will be tied and an appropriate punishment decided for a future date. But for now, we must turn the matter of the knife and the chisel, which still has not been found. However, I believe a full search of the garbage facility may well remedy that. What? You're going to dig all that trash for the knife, darling? But then... Don't worry, Warren Lagarde.
I'm sure your punishment won't be too unpleasant. Oh, you devil! Punish moi! Impossible! Excelsior Billy Buffer, what did you do? What did you do? Oh, you're swaggling buffering about how they never declared me guilty, and now this? You were the one who ran up to the mess at me, and then you big believe I could trust you! And not only did you kidnap a child to try to help me, you didn't even work? Idiot! You feckless, useless idiot of a man! An unlikely outburst to say at least. But an informative one, too, wouldn't you agree, Eustace? Yeah, she really let some juicy info slip there, right? She did, right? Yes, she did. You really need to work on your confidence. Very well, it seems we're able to bring these proceedings to an end at last.
Not so fast!
What? Huh? Who's that? Sorry, Jessica Bell. Your happy ending will have to wait. Lang Z says, the end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. Who are you? Just a lone wolf investigator by the name of Shi Long Lang. And you have some sort of objection to these proceedings, I take it? Ha! Not really. Your suspect over there is guilty for sure. Guiltier than you know. Lang? Like the Lang from 12 years ago? Yup. Good to see that you finally are about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what you're coming to you. Agent Lang, explain yourself. Are you familiar with the SS5 incident? I certainly am. It happened 12 years back. Wait, 12 years? Look, a lot happened, okay? That was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends. Our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It's like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. I wonder what happened 12 years ago. Could this all be connected to Agent Lang's father and his relationship with the president somehow? Fifi Lagarde and Excelsior's winner. In the flesh. I waited a long time for this day. After all, you're the ones who threw my family's name into the dirt. Are we to assume that he has some personal connection to the incident in question? I do, but I'm not here to talk about the past. Not yet, anyhow. Right now, I'm here for you, Gabelle. Me? You and one other person. Sean! You both under arrest. On suspicion of having conspired to murder Dishu Wang, president of Zingfa.
Objection!
Where's your evidence, Agent Lang?
Not so fast!
All in good time, Mr. Prosecutor. We haven't even started our investigation yet. I want my suspects on the scene with me while I look at everything I can. What do you have uncovered, Agent Lang? I need to know. If you got a problem, you're more than welcome to tag along. Oh, believe me, I will. The end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. We certainly haven't come anywhere close to solving the mystery of the president's murder, or uncovering the truth behind these so-called monster sightings. Oh, don't worry, I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing it to justice particularly highly. Or figured out who that was on the phone. Yes, I see the matter is far from over. Alright, that actually went a little longer than expected, so I think we're gonna end it here. So the next Ace Attorney stream will be the final one. We'll be finishing the game on the next one. But for now, this is Robin Phoenix, signing off. Peace.